Naam, na sasa anayesubiriwa ni mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la Botswana ambaye ndiye bado hajafika katika ukumbi huu. Kwa hiyo tunaendelea kusubiri, na baada ya yeye kufika basi wataelekea katika eneo lile la mbele ambapo kuna gwaride ambalo ni gwaride maalum la askari hawa wa polisi Tanzania ambao wameandaliwa kwa ajili ya heshima ya mkutano huu. Katika matukio kama haya kuna kuwepo na taratibu zile za SARPCCO ambazo zinafuatwa katika kuhakikisha kwamba kila kitu kinakwenda sawa. Niseme tu tangu tarehe 2 viongozi mbalimbali walikuwa wakifika katika eneo hili kwa ajili ya mikutano mbalimbali. Mkutano huu wa leo umetanguliwa na mikutano midogo mbalimbali ya maandalizi ambayo lengo lake ilikuwa ni kuhakikisha kwamba mkutano huu mkubwa wa 30 wa wakuu wa jeshi la polisi unafanyika katika hali inayotakiwa, na maandalizi yote kiujumla yamekwisha kukamilika. Ndani ya ukumbi viongozi mbalimbali wa majeshi haya ya polisi kutoka nchi wanachama hususan wale ambao walikuwa ni wajumbe wa kamati zile tendaji kutoka kule kwa kamati tendaji ya sheria, jinsia, walikuwa tayari wamefanya kazi mbalimbali. Kwa hiyo sasa hivi wamepumzika katika ukumbi wakisubiria katika kuona ni kwa jinsi gani mkutano huu wa wakuu wa jeshi la polisi unafanyika kwa ufanisi. Utakumbuka kabisa hizi kamati tendaji kazi yake kubwa ni wao ni wataalamu. Kwa hiyo wao kazi yao ni kuchakata mambo mbalimbali ambayo kiujumla ndio yanafikishwa kwa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kwa ajili ya kupata baraka na kuanza kutekelezwa. Kama tulivyosema, sekretarieti ya SARPCCO ipo makao makuu ya SADC huko Gaborone, Botswana. Kwa hiyo inaratibu shughuli za kila siku za mikutano pamoja na operesheni. Hata katika mkutano huu wa leo umeratibiwa kwa ushirikiano wa jeshi la polisi Tanzania, lakini pia na sekretarieti ya SARPCCO ambayo iko kule katika makao makuu ya SADC Gaborone, Botswana. Lakini pia hizi kamati za ufundi hapo mwanzo nimekuambia subcommittee zipo maalum kushughulikia uhalifu wa aina mbalimbali. Mfano, kuna kamati ya uhalifu wa kiuchumi, kuna kamati ya ugaidi, kuna kamati ya madawa ya kulevya, kamati ya uhalifu wa mtandao na kamati ya kusimamia upelelezi pamoja na mafunzo. Hizo ni kamati za kiufundi kwa maana ya subcommittees ambazo zipo ndani ya mashirikisho haya. Lakini pia tukumbuke kabisa kwamba IGP wetu huyu ambaye ni IGP Camillus Wambura alikabidhiwa uwenyekiti wake kule Mulugushi, Lusaka, Zambia, katika mkutano ambao ulikuwa ni wa 29 ambao ulifanyika tarehe 13 na 14 Juni 2024. Mkutano huo ulioandaliwa chini ya mwavuli wa jumuiya ya SADC na ulihudhuriwa na wakuu wa polisi kutoka nchi wanachama, na hichi ambacho kinafanyika leo ndio kama hicho ambacho kiliwahi kufanyika kule nchini Zambia. Lakini sasa leo hii watajadili mambo mbalimbali ikiwemo mikakati, hatua za pamoja za kukabiliana na uhalifu unaovuka mipaka. Katika eneo hili la kusini mwa Afrika, uhalifu unaovuka mipaka umepewa kipaumbele katika kujadiliwa ili kuhakikisha kwamba eneo zima hili la kusini mwa Afrika linakuwa na usalama pamoja na amani. Na katika kutekeleza mikataba ya kikanda na kimataifa katika kupambana na uhalifu, ndipo na sisi tunapoingia katika eneo hili la SARPCCO, kwa maana mikataba iliyosainiwa inatufanya na sisi kuendelea kuwepo. Na sasa hapo anaingia mkuu wa jeshi la polisi wa Botswana ambaye anapokelewa katika ukumbi huu kwa ajili basi ya kuendelea kuungana na wakuu wengine wa majeshi ya polisi ambao tayari walikwisha kuingia katika ukumbi huu. Unaona kabisa pale anapokea heshima yake, anapokelewa pale na naibu kamishina wa polisi Renata Mzinga kwa ajili ya kuelekezwa eneo walilopo pia wakuu wengine wa majeshi ya polisi. Ni shamra tu hizi ambazo zipo katika eneo hili katika kuelekea ufunguzi wa mkutano huu, ambapo tunatarajia waziri wa mambo ya ndani ya nchi Mheshimiwa Innocent Bashungwa ndiye atakayefungua mkutano huu. Na Miongoni mwa maazimio ambayo yalipitishwa katika mkutano wa 29 ni pamoja na kuharakisha utekelezaji wa mkakati wa jumuishi wa SADC kuzuia na kupambana na uhalifu wa kimataifa pamoja na mpango wake wa utekelezaji. Hilo ni moja ya azimio ambalo lilifikiwa katika mkutano ule uliopita. Hivyo leo hii nafikiri watapata ile taarifa ya utekelezaji. Tuendelee kufuatilia matukio ambayo yanaendelea katika ukumbi huu na tutaendelea kukupa taarifa mbalimbali. Kumbuka kabisa kwamba matangazo haya yako chini ya uratibu wa naibu kamishna wa polisi David Misime ambaye ni msemaji wa Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania, lakini pia yupo ASP Christina Mponji pamoja na Assistant Inspector Upendo Ramso ambao kwa ujumla wanahakikisha kwamba matangazo haya yanakujia katika usikivu wa kueleweka pamoja na kila kitu kinakwenda sawa. Lakini pia tunaye mkaguzi msaidizi wa polisi Tumaini Kulei pamoja na Edwin Malia, pamoja tunaye Koplo Jeremia Mbuge, Koplo Ndobogo, Constable wa polisi Godwin Chiloleti, Jifti Mbando, Abdulhamidi Hamisi pamoja nami mkaguzi msaidizi wa polisi Frank Lukwaro, ambako tunashirikiana na wenzetu wa Almasi Production katika kuhakikisha basi kwamba matangazo haya yanakujia katika hali ambayo inafaa. Tuendelee kufuatilia.
Which way South Africa? Which way to go? I love my continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go South Africa? Which way South Africa? Hey, which way to go? I love my continent. My continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Which way Seychelles? Which way to go? I love my continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Seychelles. Which way Seychelles? Which way to go? I love my continent. My continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Which way Swaziland? Which way to go? I love my continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Swaziland. Which way Swaziland? Yeah. Which way to go? I love my continent. My continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Which way Zambia? Which way to go? I love my continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Zambia. Which way Zambia? Yeah. Which way to go? I love my continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Which way Zimbabwe? Which way to go? I love my continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? Zimbabwe. Which way Zimbabwe? Hey, which way to go? I love my continent. My continent. I love my Sunday. Which way to go? To make peace in Africa. Such a pressure we have. If we need development, we should live together. To make peace in Africa. Such a pressure we have. If we need development, we should live together. Say union, union, solidarity.
Na tayari ni mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la Malawi ambaye ndiye mwenyekiti anayefuata anakwenda kukagua gwaride maalum lililoandaliwa kwa ajili yake. IGP huyu wa Malawi anaitwa Miss Merlin Nachulu Yolamu. Huyu ni mwanamke wa kwanza kushika wadhifa wa Inspector General wa polisi nchini Malawi baada ya kuteuliwa rasmi na Rais Lazarus Chakwera na kudhibitishwa na bunge la Malawi mnamo Agosti 2022. Kwa hiyo huyu ni mwenyekiti ambaye atakabidhiwa kesho uwenyekiti wa shirikisho hili kutoka kwa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la Tanzania. IGP Yolamu ana uzoefu wa zaidi ya miaka 35 katika jeshi la polisi la Malawi na ameshikilia nyadhifa mbalimbali za uongozi kabla ya kuteuliwa kuwa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi. Katika kipindi chake cha uongozi amejitahidi sana kuimarisha usalama wa taifa, kupunguza uhalifu na kuimarisha mafunzo ya maafisa wa polisi, ikiwa ni pamoja na maandalizi ya uchaguzi mkuu wa 2025. Kwa sasa IGP Yolamu anatarajiwa kuchukua uwenyekiti kama alivyokuambia hapo awali kutoka kwa IGP Camillus Wambura wa Tanzania, ambaye aliongoza shirikisho hilo kwa mafanikio katika kipindi hichi cha 2024-2025. Kama unavyoona sasa IGP Yolamu anakagua bendi hii ya jeshi la polisi nchini, ikiwa ni gwaride maalum ambalo limeandaliwa kwa heshima yake. Ni utaratibu wa SARPCCO kwamba kunapokuwepo na mkutano mkuu, basi yule IGP anayefuata anapewa heshima ya kuandaliwa gwaride maalum kama hili linavyoonekana hapa, mtazamaji wa Usalama TV. Na baada ya kukagua gwaride hili, basi atakwenda katika chumba maalum kwa ajili ya kuendelea kumsubiria mgeni rasmi ambaye ni Waziri wa Mambo ya Ndani ya nchi kwa ajili ya shughuli nyingine za ufunguzi wa mkutano huu. Kutakuwa na shamra na matukio mbalimbali ambayo yatafanyika ndani ya ukumbi pia, ikiwemo uingizaji wa bendera, tukio ambalo watu wengi wanapenda kuliona. Hao ni wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi mbalimbali ambao wameshiriki katika mkutano huu, wakishuhudia basi mkuu wa jeshi la polisi huyu wa Malawi ambaye ni wa kwanza mwanamke kushika uongozi huu atakapokabidhiwa hiyo kesho. Kwa hiyo ni historia ambayo imeandikwa, na kikubwa tu kama nilivyosema, kesho kutakuwa na shughuli nyingine ambayo itakuwa ni makabidhiano basi ya uwenyekiti kutoka kwa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la Tanzania kwenda kwa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la Malawi, ambaye kama nilivyosema ndiye mwanamke wa kwanza kuwa mwenyekiti.
Bwana IGP, muda wa mwisho wa mwezi rasmi unaoja kwa heshima. Naomba kutoa uwanjani. ndani ya kuweka kiongoza kwa jumla ndio
gwaride hilo ambalo lilikuwa limeandaliwa kwa ajili ya mkuu wa jeshi la polisi ajaye, mkuu wa shirikisho la SARPCCO ajaye Bi Marilyn Nachuru Yolam ambaye ni IGP wa nchi ya Malawi. Na sasa gwaride hilo limeshatoka nje ya uwanja, na sasa wakuu hawa wa majeshi ya polisi kama unavyowaona wanajiandaa sasa kuingia ndani kwa ajili ya kumsubiria mgeni rasmi aweze kufika katika ukumbi huu. Na ndani ya ukumbi wageni mbalimbali wameshachukua nafasi zao kwa ajili ya kuwasubiria viongozi ambao walikuwa nje kwa ajili ya kushuhudia gwaride maalum lililoandaliwa. Lakini pia kule nje kunachoendelea ni burudani ya bendi ya polisi inaendelea kutumbuiza viongozi mbalimbali ambao wanaendelea kufika katika ukumbi huu, ikiwa zote ni shamra tu za kuhakikisha kwamba mkutano huu unafanyika katika hali ya ufanisi wa kiwango cha juu. Kama nilivyosema, hii si mara ya kwanza kwa mikutano kama hii kufanyika hapa nchini. Mkutano huu uliwahi kufanyika mwaka 2023 katika nchi hii ya Tanzania, ambapo kipindi hicho mwenyekiti alikabidhiwa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi nchini IGP Said Mwema, lakini pia mkuu wa jeshi la polisi Ernest Jumbe Mangu naye kwa nyakati tofauti alikabidhiwa pia wenyekiti, na IGP Camillus Wambura kama nilivyosema amekabidhiwa mwaka jana Julai kule nchini Zambia. Na kikubwa tu tunachokisubiria hivi sasa ni kuwasili kwa mgeni rasmi ambaye ni waziri wa mambo ya ndani ya nchi.
Tunamaliza step. Tunamaliza mjana. Hapa 111. Hapa 2. Here we. Second step. Step baby. Hapa 111. Hapa 2. Here weka. So viongozi ongera tuna viongozi kazi yenu hale waga kazi zenu amani na mazili hale kwanza ni wapi na sisi wasanii leo tunasema chukua tunatoa hale kweli hale kwa kazi shika penenga lako shika penenga hapa 111 hapa 2 hiyo weka tu
Hello. Hello. DJ. DJ. Okay. Now it is the time for marching the national flags for member countries, which will be followed by the chiefs of police or the heads of delegation to the hall. The flags will be put at their designated areas, and when the chief comes, they will salute. There's no problem if you applaud if your chief is entering. So now we are going to start with this exercise. It will be led by Assistant Superintendent Christina. Tanzanian flag will be carried by Inspector Henry Kambalile. Then Angola flag will be carried by Rehan Abu. Botswana, Inspector Fatna Faraj. Comoro, Inspector Xavier Godfrey. DRC, Benito Mwakelama. Eswatini, Inspector Mbise. Lesotho, Assistant Inspector Dixon Wanzagi. Madagascar, Assistant Inspector Samuel Mainda. Malawi, Inspector Asha Likilima. Mauritius, Assistant Mozambique, Inspector Yusuf Sembua. Namibia, Inspector Castor Mahenga. Seychelles, Inspector Elias Mabeyo. South Africa, Inspector Mohamed Kificho. Zambia, Godfrey Bukuku. Zimbabwe, Inspector Omar. SADC flag will be brought in by Inspector Rena Abu. Interpol flag will be brought by Fatna Faraj, Inspector. Yes, that is how we are going to conduct our exercise. Zambia and Malawi, please.
Naam, kama taarifa inavyoendelea kutolewa hapo ni kwamba sasa hivi ni zoezi la uingizaji wa bendera pamoja na wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kuingia katika ukumbi huu, na Tanzania atakayeshika nafasi hiyo ni DCI Ramadhani Kingai ambaye ataingia na bendera ya Tanzania kwa niaba ya mkuu wa jeshi la polisi nchini, kwa sababu yeye ndiye mwenyekiti, kwa hiyo yeye anaingia kwa nafasi yake ya mwenyekiti. Sasa tuendelee kuona zoezi hili ambalo ni muhimu na zuri la uingizaji wa bendera katika ukumbi huu.
All the DCI, yes. Zambia. Only the DCI. All the DCI, only the DCI, or the one on behalf of the DCI. Okay, thank you very much. Now, so now bend, please be ready. Now we are going to start with the United Republic of Tanzania.
Hivi Angola inaitwa tu Angola.
Republic of Angola. Zote kazitaja hivi. Republic of Angola, Eswatini, Royal Kingdom, Lesotho.
Please, we may get seated.
Naam, ilikuwa ni bendera ya Tanzania hiyo ambayo imeingizwa
Now is
hapa
the
ndani ya
national
ukumbini,
flag of
na
Republic
sasa
of Angola.
bendera inayoingizwa ni kutoka taifa la Angola. Basi ni utaratibu mzuri huu ambao umewekwa kwa ajili ya kuhakikisha kwamba mikutano kama hii ya wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kabla ya kuanza kwake kunakuwa na gwaride, lakini pia inafuatiwa na zoezi la uingizaji wa bendera, na ni tukio ambalo kwa kweli linakuwa ni zuri na linafurahisha katika kulifuatilia. Na bendi yetu ya jeshi la polisi, bendi ya Dar es Salaam, inaendelea kuanikiza kuhakikisha kwamba kila ambacho kinatakiwa kufanyika katika ukumbi huu kinakwenda vizuri. Kwa hiyo kwa hivi sasa bendera inayosubiriwa kuingia ni bendera ya taifa la Angola. Ni mkutano huu wa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kwa nchi za kusini mwa Afrika kwa maana ya SADC, mkutano wa 30 tangu kwa anayemaliza muda wake ni IGP wa nchi ya Tanzania, IGP Camillus Wambura, na katika kipindi chake kumefanyika vikao mbalimbali. Hayo ni moja ya majukumu ambayo ukiwa ya Angola inavyoingia katika ukumbi huu wa mikutano. Tuendelee kufuatilia. Naam, ni bendera hiyo ya taifa la Angola tayari imeingizwa katika ukumbi huu na mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la Angola.
Now the national flag of Botswana carried by Inspector Fatna Faraji.
Kwa nafasi yake, na Inspector Faraji tayari anaingiza bendera ya taifa la Botswana. Botswana nayo ni nchi ambayo ama hakika imekuwa mwanachama wa shirikisho hili la wakuu wa polisi kwa nchi za kusini mwa Afrika SARPCCO, na sasa bendera yake inaingizwa katika ukumbi huu ili kuashiria kwamba uwepo wao upo na umetambuliwa. Sasa tuendelee kufuatilia tukio hili la kuingizwa kwa bendera hii ya Botswana.
kwani kamera yako sina wale sio?
Naam, ni bendera hiyo ya nchi ya Botswana, inawekwa vizuri pale. Mkaguzi wa polisi Fatma anaiweka vizuri kuhakikisha kwamba basi bendera inakaa katika eneo lake, ikiwa ni uashirio wa kwamba taifa la Botswana nalo ambalo ni mwenyekiti ni moja ya nchi wanachama wa shirikisho hili la majeshi ya polisi kwa nchi za kusini mwa Afrika, SARPCCO, kwamba inashiriki katika tukio hili muhimu la mkutano huu wa 30. Na sasa
National flag of the Union of Comoros, carried by Inspector Xavier Godfrey.
Gift Mbando, unaonaje tukio hili la uingizaji wa bendera?
Tukio hili la uingizaji wa bendera ya Komoro kama jinsi ambavyo inavyoonekana Frank Lukwaro, ni kwamba ni utaratibu mzuri ambao umewekwa, na kumbuka wote ni wanachama wa shirikisho la wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kusini mwa Afrika, SARPCCO. Na kama unavyoona hapo, inaletwa kwa utimamu kabisa bendera hii ya Komoro ili iweze kuwekwa katika sehemu yake sahihi, na kwa ukakamavu kabisa bendera hii, mtazamaji wa Salama TV, inapelekwa eneo lake na mkaguzi huyu ambaye hakika ni swala nzuri na kuonyesha namna ambavyo ushirikiano huu wa kikanda umekuwa ni mkamilifu, na jinsi ambavyo shirikisho la wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi chini ya mwenyekiti Inspector General wa polisi Camillus Wambura limejizatiti na limejiandaa kwa ajili ya mkutano huu wa 30 wa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi ukanda huu wa SADC.
Thank you.
Now
the national flag of the Democratic Republic of Congo, carried by Benito Mwakilama, Inspector.
Nchi hiyo wawakilishi wake hawajashiriki mkutano huo, lakini bendera yao lazima iingizwe kwa sababu yote yanayowafikiwa katika mkutano huu na wenyewe wanakuwa wameshiriki kwa namna moja ama nyingine, isipokuwa tu wawakilishi wake wanakuwepo hawapo katika ukumbi huu. Kama unavyoona bendera inayofuatia kuingia sasa ni ya nchi ya Democratic Republic of Congo, nao pia hawapo katika, IGP wake hayupo katika ukumbi huu, lakini bendera yao inaingizwa katika kuhakikisha kwamba basi uwakilishi wao upo na wao ni wanachama wa shirikisho hili la SADC, lakini pia na shirikisho hili la polisi kwa nchi za kusini mwa Afrika kwa maana ya SARPCCO.
Mtazamaji wa Salama TV, unaweza ukaona jinsi ambavyo wanasema labda nini wasingeweka tu hizi bendera Frank Lukwaro, yani wasingeweka tu, lakini ni utaratibu.
Ni kweli ni utaratibu ambao umewekwa, na mambo haya ya kijeshi pamoja na ya kipolisi ndivyo yanavyotaka kuwe na gwaride maalum la uingizaji wa bendera, na gwaride hili limekuwa ni gwaride ambalo kwa kweli linafurahisha na kila mtu anafurahi kuliona.
Na lakini pia ni tukio, kumbuka mtazamaji wa Salama TV, ni tukio kubwa la kihistoria.
Thank you. The national flag of Royal Kingdom of Eswatini, carried by Inspector Mbise.
Anayefuata ambaye ni mwanamke wa kwanza kuwa katika kupewa nafasi ya uwenyekiti wa wakuu hawa wa majeshi ya polisi. Kwa hiyo ni historia nyingine ambayo inaandikwa, na sasa hivi bendera ambayo inaingia ni ya Eswatini. Eswatini kule kwa mfalme. Ni nchi ambayo kwa kweli tumekuwa nayo na mahusiano ya kutosha. Kwa hiyo ni swala ambalo kwa kweli tunajivunia. Tuendelee kufuatilia tuone jinsi bendera ya Eswatini inavyoingizwa katika ukumbi huu.
Mtazamaji wa Usalama TV, ndivyo bendera ya Eswatini hivyo namna ambavyo inawekwa katika eneo lake kwa utimamu kabisa na Inspector Mbise, na anajihakikishia na kujiridhisha kwamba imekaa eneo sahihi na huyo anaondoka hivyo kwa utimamu kabisa. Na Frank Lukwaro, mkutano huu unajumuisha nchi 16.
The national flag of the Royal Kingdom of Lesotho, carried by Assistant Inspector Dickson Wanzagi.
Inayofuata ni bendera ya nchi ya Lesotho, na ndio hiyo hapo jinsi ambavyo inaletwa kwa ukakamavu kabisa.
Ni mkaguzi msaidizi wa polisi Wanzagi. Hapa na shaka atakuwa tokea kule Musoma kule kwa chifu Wanzagi mwenyewe wanapenda kumuita. Kwa hiyo anaileta kwa umakini, na huyu yuko chuo chetu cha maafisa wa polisi Dar es Salaam. Ni mkaguzi kwa maana kwamba ni mkufunzi katika chuo kile. Anaileta bendera hii ya nchi ya
Lesotho.
Nchi ya Lesotho.
Unapomwona yupo timamu IGP wa nchi ya Lesotho akiweza kupeleka bendera hiyo katika eneo lake, na kwa usahihi kabisa huyo Inspector Wanzagi kama ulivyosikia hapo awali, huyu ni mkufunzi kama ulivyozungumza Frank Lukwaro, na tumeona hata vitendo vyake vinaashiria ukakamavu wa jeshi la polisi Tanzania.
Na hawa ni wawakilishi tu wa wakaguzi wengine wote ambao shughuli kama hizi wakipewa majukumu haya wanayafanya. Unajua jeshi la polisi Tanzania ni jeshi ambalo ni jeshi imara. Ni jeshi ambalo askari wake ni wakakamavu.
The national flag of Madagascar, carried by Assistant Inspector Samuel Mainda.
Ni jambo ambalo tunajivunia katika kuhakikisha kwamba ukakamavu wa askari ukilinganisha kwa kweli na vyombo vingine vya nchi nyingine. Jeshi letu liko vizuri, na ndio maana nchi yetu bado imeendelea kubaki kuwa salama. Sasa hiyo ni nchi nyingine ni Madagascar.
Madagascar, bendera ya nchi ya Madagascar. Kama unavyoona hapo awali tulikueleza kwamba ukiona hakuna mtu nyuma ya huyu inspector, basi ujue mwakilishi wa hiyo nchi bado hajafika, na lakini lazima bendera itakuwepo na iwekwe kwa sababu tayari ni mwanachama wa shirikisho la majeshi ya polisi. Leo hii tunaweka historia kubwa Tanzania kwa sababu jeshi la polisi chini ya Inspector General Camillus Wambura tuna ugeni mkubwa sana. Nakumbuka afande IGP Wambura aliweza kuliongoza shirikisho hili kwa muda wa mwaka mmoja. Si kazi rahisi Lukwaro.
Ni kweli, na mpaka sasa bado anaiongoza mpaka itakapofikia mkutano huu kukamilika hiyo kesho, atakapomkabidhi sasa huyu IGP wa nchi ya Malawi.
Thank you.
Na kichonifurahisha ni kwamba
flag of Malawi, carried by Inspector Ashali
sasa Malawi, ambao nadhani mkutano unaofuata unaokuja huko mwakani utafanyika katika nchi yao. Kwa hiyo ni mwanamama huyu ambaye amehudumu katika jeshi la polisi pale nchini Malawi kwa zaidi ya miaka 35.
Ni kweli na uzoefu mkubwa sana, lakini bendera hii inavyoingizwa yeye pale IGP huyo wa Malawi pale hayupo. Aliyeko pale ni DCI, ni mkurugenzi wa upelelezi wa makosa jinai kutoka nchi ya Namibia, ndio wa Malawi, kumradhi, ndio anaingia na bendera hii kwa sababu yeye upcoming chairman anaendelea kubaki kule kwa ajili ya protocol nyingine. Ataingia na mkuu wa jeshi la polisi nchini, mwenyekiti, kwa maana kwamba atakuwepo mwenyekiti aliyepo na mwenyekiti anayefuatia. Wao wataingia na mheshimiwa waziri baadaye hapo ukumbini, lakini sasa hivi bendera yake inaingizwa na aliyepo nyuma pale ni mkurugenzi wa upelelezi wa makosa ya jinai wa nchi hiyo, ambaye tumekuwa naye takriban kuanzia Jumatatu akishiriki katika vikao vile vya maandalizi ya mkutano huu ambavyo vilikuwa vikiendelea hapa katika ukumbi wa Mwalimu Nyerere jijini Dar es Salaam.
Mtazamaji, kama unavyoona hivyo bendera hiyo ya nchi ya Malawi ikiwekwa pale kwa usahihi kabisa na kwa thabiti, na kama unavyoona hapo ni uimara na kwa hata ndogo hizi za jeshi la polisi. Unaona kazi rahisi, lakini ni kazi ngumu kweli kweli hii Inspector Frank Lukwaro. Na sasa afande DCI huyo Malawi anatoka hapo.
The national flag of the Republic of Mauritius,
bendera sasa ya
Inspector Chambua
Mauritius, bendera ya Mauritius ndio inaofuata kama unavyoona hapo mlangoni, wakati huu ambapo bendi ikiendelea kuanikiza hapo. na kama unavyoona kwa utimamu wale juu, Chambua huyo Inspector Chambua akija hapo kwa ukakamavu wa hali ya juu, akipanga ile bendera ya Mauritius, na mwakilishi bado hajafika, lakini itakaa hapo kwa siku 2 mpaka ambapo mkutano huu utakuwa sasa utakapofungwa. Unaweza kuzungumza hivyo, Frank Lukwaro?
Ni kweli nchi ya Mauritius ni moja ya nchi ambazo zipo katika shirikisho hili, na tumeendelea kuwa nao na mahusiano ya karibu. Unajua Tanzania ni nchi ambayo imekuwa ikitoa ili assist sana, ilisaidia sana kupigania uhuru wa hizi nchi za kusini mwa Afrika. Kwa tunaweza kusema Tanzania ina mashirikiano mazuri sana.
Bendera hiyo ya nchi ya Msumbiji, yani Mozambique, nayo ndo hiyo inasogezwa katika eneo sahihi kabisa kama unavyoona, na inaenda kuwekwa pale kwa uimara wa hali na nguvu. Lakini mtazamaji wa Salama TV, kumbuka kwamba katika mkutano huu makamishna mbalimbali wamehudhuria wa Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania, kutoka kamisheni zile ambazo ni za Jeshi la Polisi. Frank Lukwaro, tumemwona hapa pande kamishna ambaye ni mkurugenzi wa upelelezi wa makosa nai Ramadhani Kingai yuko hapa, lakini pia yupo afande kamishna wa operation na mafunzo CP Awadhi Juma Haji, lakini pia kamishna wa Zanzibar Hamis Kombo yupo hapa pia, lakini nimeona pia tatu
la polisi ya kule Moshi, Tanzania Police Training School Moshi CCP. Kwa hiyo maafisa wengi wa nchi ya Namibia yao. Kwa hiyo Tanzania bado tunajivunia katika kuhakikisha kwamba shirikiano nazo, lakini pia pale inapobidi tunatoa ushirikiano pia katika mashirikisho haya tunafuata ambayo imepitishwa na kusainiwa. Kwa Madiba, kwa kweli South Africa ni nchi ambayo kwa kweli nayo tunaushirikiana nao wa karibu, hususan katika hili swala la ulinzi na usalama, ikiwemo kubadilishana taarifa za uhalifu, na tuliwashuhudia maafisa wake wameshiriki katika mikutano hii tangu katika mkutano ule uliopita wa mwezi wa Aprili, mkutano ule wa kamati tendaji za SARPCCO. ikiwemo zile kamati za wakurugenzi wa upelelezi wa makosa ya jinai, lakini pia kamati ya mafunzo za wataalamu wa mafunzo, sheria, jinsia, walikuwa machampion katika kushiriki mikutano hii. Na sasa leo hii bendera yao inapoingizwa, lakini pia mkuu wa jeshi la polisi au mwakilishi penginepo wapo hapa na wanaingia katika ukumbi huu.
Ndio, nchi ya Afrika Kusini ni majirani zetu, kwa sababu hata ukiangalia jinsi ambavyo kama rais pamoja na mkurugenzi wa upelelezi wa makosa jinai wako hapa, na timu ya taifa Tanzania iko kule, iko sasa inacheza mechi ya kirafiki na Tanzania kesho Juni 6. Sasa
sasa hapo unanipeleka kwenye ile idara yangu kabisa ya masuala ya michezo, na katika maazimio ambayo yatafikiwa hapa leo hii na wakuu wa nchi ni pamoja na nchi gani itaandaa michezo ya majeshi ya polisi, michezo ile kwa nchi hizi, kwa maana ya SARPCCO Games. Kwa hiyo nchi ambazo nilikuwa nimesikia ikitajwa ni pamoja na South Africa, kwamba penginepo ikiridhiwa wanaweza wakaandaa michezo hiyo kwa mwaka wa 2026, michezo ambayo kwa kweli tumekuwa tukishiriki miaka yote michezo hiyo inapofanyika.
Hatukuoga jeshi la polisi Tanzania likenda linavichukua, tunavichota.
Ni kweli, kwa sababu nikikumbuka michuano ambayo ilifanyika mwaka ya 2023 kule nchini Namibia, na mimi nilikuwepo nikiongoza delegation ya mambo ya habari na kwa kweli tulirudi na medali za kutosha na tukawa mshindi wa 3 katika ujumla wake. Kwa hiyo kwa kweli michezo hiyo pia inawaunganisha, lakini hapa leo hii South Africa tayari bendera yake imeshawekwa, na sasa tunayosubiri kuingia ni bendera ya nchi gani hii? Nchi ya Zambia,
na inaletwa na Assistant Inspector wa polisi Bukuku, ndo anaeleta hapo kwa utimamu wa hali ya juu. Jeshi la polisi Tanzania wakati huu ambavyo likijenga na kutengeneza historia yake katika ukumbi huu wa Julius Kambarage Nyerere International Convention Center, jinsi ambavyo unaona hapo wakienda kuiweka bendera hii kwa utimamu wa hali ya juu. Na ni nchi 16. Sasa kuna nchi bado zinaendelea kuja hapa na kuwekwa bendera zake pale mbele. Lakini ushirikiano huu wa kikanda, Frank Lukwaro, umekuwa ukisaidia pia katika mambo mbalimbali ambao wanajadiliana wakuu wa shirikisho la majeshi ya polisi kutoka SADC. Unakuta kama mambo kama usafirishaji haramu wa binadamu ambao umekuwa sasa hivi umepungua, kwa sababu ushirikiano unaofanyika na operations zinazofanywa umeweza kudhibiti kwa kiasi kikubwa, na hasa chini ya mwenyekiti wa afande IGP Camillus Wambura.
Na kwa kweli, kwa mfano kwa Tanzania, elimu inayoendelea kutolewa ni kubwa kupitia mitandao yetu ya kijamii na vyombo vingine vya habari. Tumeendelea kutoa elimu ya jinsi ya kuepuka vitendo hivi vya usafirishaji haramu wa binadamu. Ni vitendo haramu, usafirishaji haramu ni kitu ambacho kimeharamishwa, hakifai katika jamii kwa kweli. Na sasa nchi inayoingia bendera yake ni Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, moja ya nchi ambayo kwa kweli tumekuwa nayo na mahusiano kwa kipindi kirefu sana, na wao leo hii wako Tanzania katika kushiriki mkutano huu wa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi, mkutano huu wa 30. Na mkuu wa jeshi la polisi wa Zimbabwe yupo na ndiye anayesindikiza bendera hiyo hapo, ambayo inawekwa pale na mkaguzi wa polisi Omari. Kwa hiyo ni jambo ambalo kwa kweli linafurahisha kuona hili paredi la uingizaji wa bendera, na ni imani yangu kabisa kwamba na mheshimiwa waziri wa mambo ya ndani atakuwa tayari katika eneo hili akiwa anafuatilia kupitia screen kabla yeye kuingia katika ukumbi huu, kuona ni kwa namna gani shughuli hizi za ufunguzi wa mkutano huu wa 30 wa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kwa nchi za SADC chini ya mwavuli wa shirikisho la polisi wakuu kwa nchi hizo kwa maana ya SARPCCO unafunguliwa na unaanza na utafanyika kwa takribani siku mbili kwa maana ya leo na kesho, lakini pia vile vikao vidogo vilianza tangu siku ya Jumatatu tarehe 2.
Sasa bendera ya SADC, ile jumuiya ya maendeleo kusini mwa Afrika, ikiwa inaingia ukumbini na Inspector Abu akileta kwa utaratibu pamoja na viongozi wa Arabi Harare hao. Naona mwana mama Misi Gumede Thayani tulikuwa naye hapa tokea kikao mkutano ulipoanza siku ya Jumatatu tarehe 3, na tutakuwa naye pia mpaka tarehe 6 ambapo ni kilele cha mkutano huu. Na Misi Thayani Gumede yeye tulikuwa naye hapa kwa sababu hata ile mwezi Aprili katika ile mkutano wa wakurugenzi wa upelelezi wa makosa jinai naye alikuwepo pia, wakaweza kufikia maazimio mbalimbali. Lakini mwanzo tulikuwa tunazungumzia kuhusiana na usafirishaji haramu wa binadamu. Sasa pia waga wanaangalia mambo mengine kama ya ugaidi, maana ugaidi nao umeweza kudhibitiwa sana katika ukanda huu wa nchi ambazo ziko SADC, yani kusini mwa Afrika, na wanachama wa SARPCCO wameudhibiti kwa sababu walikuwa wakifanya na jitihada za kuweza kudhibiti kwa njia ya operesheni mbalimbali na mafunzo ambayo yanatolewa katika jeshi la polisi, na hasa jeshi la polisi Tanzania. Kuna wataalamu waliobobea, wataalamu wa hali ya juu, na ndio maana kuna wakati unakuta wakufunzi wa Tanzania wanaenda hata nchi zingine kwenda kufundisha kwa kile ambacho wanacho.
Ni kweli kabisa. Hata kwa mfano kwa nchi ya Msumbiji tulipeleka kikosi chetu, askari wetu kwa ajili ya kwenda kutoa mafunzo mbalimbali jinsi ya kukabiliana na uhalifu. Kwa hiyo na ni moja ya mafanikio ambayo tunajivunia na tunaendelea kuyatangaza kwamba tuna baadhi ya wataalamu tumepeleka katika nchi ya Msumbiji kwa ajili ya kutoa kile tulichonacho katika kukabiliana na uhalifu.
Na uhalifu, Frank Lukwaro, uhalifu huu ni wa kitaifa na kimataifa, na tunaosema wa kimataifa wanasema unaitwa uhalifu unaovuka mipaka, ambao huu sasa ule unaovuka mipaka kama unavyojua ni ile hali ya mtu mmoja kwenda kwenye nchi nyingine na kufanya uhalifu. Kwa hiyo wanafanya mashirikisho hili linakuwa linafanya ushirikiano wa hali ya juu kwa kuweza kuwatambua wale wahalifu ambao wamevuka mipaka kwenda kufanya uhalifu kwenye nchi zingine. Kwa hiyo wanapokuja katika nchi husika, basi hatua zaidi za kisheria zinachukuliwa dhidi yao kwa sababu wameenda kutenda yale ambayo hayatakiwi kwenye nchi nyingine ambayo si utaratibu.
Ni kweli, na katika uhalifu unaovuka mipaka tunaunganishwa na shirikisho la majeshi ya polisi duniani, ambao ndio bendera yake inawekwa pale, bendera ya Interpol. Interpol inawekwa pale na Inspector Faraj. Na kwa kweli Interpol imekuwa ikifanya kazi kubwa sana, na tuna kupitia mfumo ule wa I24/7, yani mfumo ambao unafanya kazi kila siku masaa 24 na siku 7 za wiki, I24/7, ambao unatoa taarifa za wahalifu. Ukifanya uhalifu Tanzania ukakimbilia Marekani, usifikiri kwamba hautakamatwa. Utakamatwa tu, kwa sababu tuna mifumo ya ndani ya kuwasiliana ambao kupitia shirikisho hili la polisi kwa dunia nzima.
Mtazamaji wa Usalama TV, timu ya Usalama TV iko hapa ikiongozwa basi na msemaji pia yupo, msemaji wa Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania.
Kweli msemaji wetu wa Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania ambaye ndio mratibu wa matangazo haya yote kwa ujumla, naibu kamishna wa polisi David Misime yupo ndani ya ukumbi huu katika kuhakikisha basi kwamba mambo yote ambayo yanaendelea hapa anayafuatilia kwa karibu na kuhakikisha kwamba Watanzania wote wanajionea ufunguzi wa mkutano huu na mafanikio ambayo tunaendelea kujipatia.
Mtazamaji wa Usalama TV, sasa turudi kwa Gemini Mushi, mwendesha shughuli hii, pamoja na SP Christina Ponji.
Sawa, tumfuatilie sasa.
The seats for them, and you go to your former seat for the directors and the assistants. So don't feel bad, but because we have to sit there all the time, that's a blessing. Thank you very much.
Naam, ni mwendesha shughuli mmojawapo naibu kamishna wa polisi Jemini Mushi ambaye ni mkuu wa kitengo cha Interpol hapa nchini. Na sasa viongozi mbalimbali wanaingia. Sasa mgeni rasmi wa shughuli hii na waziri wa mambo ya ndani ya nchi Mheshimiwa Innocent Bashungwa ndiye anaingia katika ukumbi huu kwa ajili ya shughuli ya ufunguzi wa mkutano, akiwa ameambatana na viongozi mbalimbali, mkuu wa jeshi la polisi nchini pamoja na mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la nchi ya Malawi. Tuendelee kufuatilia kuona shughuli hizi zinavyoenda zikiongozwa na bendi.
Thank you very much, guests of honor, sir. Chiefs of police, invited guests, police officers present, I kindly ask you to take your seats. I would like now to introduce our program for the opening session of the 30th annual general meeting of the SADC Chiefs of Police Subcommittee, SARPCCO of the Interstate Defense and Security Committee. Our opening ceremony will be comprised of the following. That now our guest of honor has already arrived here. There will be national anthems, SADC and SADC anthem. That is the national anthem of the United Republic of Tanzania. We shall observe a minute of silence for the police officers who succumbed while on the line of the duty. There will be introductory remarks which will be done by the Director of Ceremonies. There will be remarks from the Inspector General of Police Camillus Wambura, the Chairperson of SARPCCO and the Chief of Tanzania Police Force. We shall also receive remarks of the Secretary General Valdez Urquiza, the Secretary General of Interpol, which will be delivered on his behalf by the head of RB Harare. There will be remarks by Professor Kula Ismail, the Director of Organs SADC. The Director of Organs on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs, SADC Secretariat. We shall also now have the keynote address by guest of honor, Honorable Innocent Luga Bashungwa, Member of Parliament, the Minister of Home Affairs, the United Republic of Tanzania. This ceremony will also witness handover ceremony of SARPCCO Sword of Honor, which will be done by the outgoing and incoming chairpersons, that is Tanzania, the Chiefs of Police, Tanzania and Malawi. We shall have acceptance speech, which will be done by Mrs. Merlin Yolam, the incoming chairperson of SARPCCO and Inspector General of Police, Malawi Police Service. It will be culminated by group photo, which will be directed at that time. So now, guest of honor, sir, I would kindly ask you and all in this room to stand up for anthems. That is, we start with the United Republic of Tanzania national anthem, and it will be followed by SADC SADC anthem. And all officers in uniform will be required to salute while the anthems are being recited. Bend. Thank you very much. Guest of honor, sir, I ask you to take your seats and the other invited guests to take their seats as well. Now, this is the time for remembering our colleagues who fall succumbed while on the duty or on the line of duty. I would kindly ask you to stand again for that minute.
Naam, ni wajumbe wa mkutano huu wakiwa wamesimama dakika moja kwa ajili ya kukumbuka askari wote ambao walifariki wakati wakitekeleza majukumu yao. Ni utamaduni ambao umekuwa ukitumika kwa sababu askari hawa wanafanya kazi mbalimbali za hatari. Kuwakumbuka ni jambo la heshima kwao. Tuendelee kufuatilia yanayoendelea.
First of all, may I introduce myself? I'm Deputy Commissioner of Police, Jemin Mush, the Chief of Interpol National Central Bureau, Dodoma, Tanzania. the director of these ceremonies, and I'm assisted by Assistant Superintendent Christina Mponj. With you, guest of honor, sir, in the hall we have Afande Inspector General of Police, Camillus Wambura. He is the SARPCCO chairperson and chief of Tanzania Police Force in the United Republic of Tanzania. We have Inspector General of Police, Merlin Nachuliolam, the incoming SARPCCO chairperson, and the Inspector General of Malawi Police Service. We also have Mr. Grafo Musamba, the Inspector General of Police, Zambia Police Service. This is the outgoing SARPCCO chairperson, and the Inspector General of Police is hereby represented by Mr. Maxwell Timber, Commissioner of Police, who is the Director of Criminal Investigation, Zambia. With us also we have Professor Kula Ismail Teletsane. This is the Director of Organs on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs, SADC Secretariat. We are with Mr. Valdez Urquiza, Interpol Secretary General. He is represented by Mr. Selo Morane, who is the head of Interpol Regional Bureau, Harare. We have Ambassador Jalel Chelba, Acting Executive Director, Afripol, represented by Dr. Mohamed Benard. With you also, sir, Honorable Minister, we have Honorable Vita Kawawa, Member of Parliament. This is the Chairperson of Parliament Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Security, that is NUU. Also we have Honorable Japhet Yasunga, a Member of Parliament. This is the Vice Chairperson of Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee, PAC. We also have distinguished chiefs of police, SARPCCO, from member countries and their delegations. We have Commissioner of Police, Ramadan Kingai. This is the chairperson of SARPCCO, Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee, and he is the Director of Criminal Investigation, Tanzania, United Republic of Tanzania. With us, we also have Ms. Tanyani Gumede. This is the Senior Officer Police, SADC Secretariat. We also have Commissioners of Police from Tanzania, Police Force, United Republic of Tanzania. We are also with the SARPCCO members of Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee, most of them directors of CID. We have heads of national central bureaus from member countries and members of technical organs. These members of the technical organs are from legal subcommittees. And the other police officers. We have the staff from SADC Secretariat, members
Nachuru Yolam, incoming SARPCCO chairperson, the Inspector General of Malawi Police, Maxwell Timber, the Director of Criminal Investigation, Police Service, representing the IGP for Zambia, Mr. Graferi Musamba, who is the outgoing SARPCCO chairperson, Professor Kula Ismail, Director of Organs on the Politics, Defense, and Security Affairs, SADC Secretariat, Ambassador Jaled Jerba, Acting Executive Director, AFRIPO, represented by Dr. Mohamed Bernard, Honorable Vita Rashid Kawawa, Member of Parliament, Chairperson of Parliamentary Committee on Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee, representing the Chairperson of that committee, Najengwa Livingstone Kaboyoka, distinguished Chiefs of Police, SARPCCO, and your delegations, CP Ramadhani Kingai, Chairperson of SARPCCO Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee and Director of Criminal Investigation Department, Tanzania, Madam Tanyane Gumede, Senior Officer, Police, SARPCCO SADC Secretariat, Commissioners of Police from Tanzania Police Force, SARPCCO members of Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee, heads of NCB and members of technical organs, SARPCCO members of Legal, Women Network and Training Subcommittee, senior police officers present, staff from SADC Secretariat, staff from Interpol Regional Bureau for Southern Africa in Harare, Zimbabwe, members of Local Organizing Committee, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, bonjour, bon dia, habari asubuhi. It is with profound gratitude and honor to stand before you, Chiefs of Police, and deliver some welcome remarks which are also merged into a report of the programs and activities conducted, as well as the observations made during my tenure as the SARPCCO chairperson and the recommendations thereto. Indeed, it was an honor and a privilege to serve as the SARPCCO chairperson and preside over the coordination of regional efforts to prevent and combat transnational organized crime. Certainly, SARPCCO chairpersonship availed an important opportunity for me to enhance the region's security architecture and advance the SADC region agenda on peace, security, integration, and development. Without much ado, allow me, esteemed delegates, to first and foremost take this opportunity to thank our Almighty God, the Creator, who has enabled us to meet today in good health, anointed with the spirit of oneness and solidarity. The Almighty God who enabled you to travel and arrive safely in our beautiful country, hence on behalf of the Tanzania Police Force and its entire members, I welcome all delegates to Tanzania and specifically to this significant meeting. Similarly, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, join me in extending our profound gratitude to the chairperson of the SADC organ on politics, defense and security cooperation, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, and Commander-in-Chief, Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, for enabling us to successfully hosting of the SADC Chiefs of Police 30th Annual General Meeting by the United Republic of Tanzania. As you are aware, hosting a meeting of this magnitude and scope comes with huge costs and responsibilities, and as such, Honorable Minister, may you kindly pass our heartfelt appreciation and thankfulness to Her Excellency. Dear guests and dear colleagues, allow me to thank from the bottom of my heart our esteemed guest of honor, the Minister of Home Affairs for the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Innocent Iluga Bashungwa, Member of Parliament, for prioritizing opening this important meeting ahead of other commitments. Honorable Minister, sir, we understand that you always have a busy schedule, considering that you have several departments working under your ministry. Yet you found it prudent to come and officiate this meeting. To the same extent, may I also thank you, Honorable Minister, for the support and the guidance you rendered to me during my tenure as the chairperson. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Asante sana. Similarly, may I also thank and welcome the Director Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs, Professor Kula Ismail, who deeply appreciate your commitment. We deeply appreciate your commitment to the mandate and the strategic direction of the SARPCCO. Your visionary leadership and the continued support have been instrumental in advancing regional cooperation and strengthening our collective capacity to prevent and combat the persistent threat of transnational organized crime. Your contributions remain vital to the success of our shared security objectives in the SADC region. In the same spirit, allow me to warmly welcome Ambassador Jalel Sheiba, the Acting Executive Director, Africa, represented by Mr. Mohamed Bernard, who has graciously joined us here today. You are so much welcome. We are honored by your presence in Tanzania. Your participation underscores the importance of continued collaboration at the highest levels of law enforcement. We look forward to Africa playing a catalytic role in bringing together chiefs of police across the continent to jointly develop and implement effective strategies to combat transnational organized crimes, which continues to threaten peace, security, and development in Africa. My fellow police chiefs from SADC member states, I welcome you to the United Republic of Tanzania and would like to heartily thank you for putting your national interests, commitments, and duties aside to come and join us to deliberate on important security issues affecting the region and forge a way forward. Without your coming, the 30th Annual General Meeting would not have become possible. Thank you for the unconditional support you gave me during my tenure as the SARPCCO chairperson. Indeed, we need to forge a unity of purpose and combat transnational organized crime on the pedestals of common understanding and oneness. Our guests of honor, distinguished guests, and dear colleagues, we remain mindful and concerned about the threat posed by transnational organized crime on the attainment of the SADC Vision 2050, which aptly envisages a peaceful, inclusive, competitive, middle to high income industrialized region where all citizens enjoy sustainable economic well-being, justice, and freedom. As the Sadc Chiefs of Police, we have mandate and responsibilities to improving the regional framework to combat transnational organized crime in tandem with the Regional Indicative Strategy, Development Plan 2020 to 2030. This annual general meeting is therefore an important platform for us to come together to plan and strategize on how we can effectively prevent and combat transnational organized crime. Fellow Chiefs of Police, the mutative nature of criminality and the TOC requires us to put our hands on the deck and to be dynamic, agile, creative, and innovative. Organized crime syndicates are always futuristic in their criminal undertakings. They plan well ahead of time, and they always make thorough analysis of law enforcement agencies' posture, demeanor, and most importantly, operational capacity and strategies as a launch pad for employing novel and counter modus operandi. We therefore need to observe due diligence in strategizing and take advantage of platforms such as this annual general meeting. General Sun Tzu, in his book, The Art of War, said, and I quote, "What enables the wise sovereign and the good general to strike and conquer and achieve things beyond the reach of ordinary men is foreknowledge." Close of quote. I repeat this. What enables the wise sovereign and the good general to strike and conquer and achieve things beyond the reach of ordinary men is foreknowledge. End of quote. Through effective planning and strategizing, we get the foresight and the foreknowledge that will enable us to dismantle organized crime syndicates, involvement in terrorism, cybercrime, illicit drug trafficking, trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants, illicit trafficking in small arms and light weapons, amongst others. Our guests of honor, distinguished guests and dear colleagues, the 30th Annual General Meeting of the Sadc Chiefs of Police Subcommittee of the Interstate Defense and Security Committee commenced on Monday, 2nd June 2025, with the meeting of the heads of Interpol, NCB, and the permanent coordinating subcommittee members. This meeting was followed by technical organs, the permanent coordinating subcommittee, held from 3rd to 4th June 2025, which ended yesterday. It was briefed that the aforesaid meetings have indeed prepared a map which will ease our work as Chief of Police. It is therefore my sincere trust that the recommendations which will be passed during our 2 days deliberations will equally receive the support of our respective ministers during the ministerial committee of the organ scheduled for next month here in the United Republic of Tanzania. Guests of honor, distinguished guests, and dear colleagues, many of you will recall that during the 29th SARPCCO Annual General Meeting held in June 2024 in Lusaka, Zambia, the outgoing SARPCCO chairperson and Inspector General of Zambia Police Service, Mr. Graferi Musamba, handed over the SARPCCO chairmanship baton to me. Let me commend the outgoing SARPCCO chairperson for appraising of the policing issues that required my attention and guiding me throughout my tenure as the SARPCCO chairperson. Thank you so much. I think the representative, you'll pass this to the Inspector General. To the same extent, allow me to extend my profound gratitude to the SADC Secretariat and the Interpol Harabia Rally, who from 1st to 2nd October 2024 visited me for an onboarding exercise which was meant to enlighten me of the role, structure, sectors, and units under the organ, the roles and responsibilities of SARPCCO chairperson, regional strategic instruments to combat transnational organized crime, decisions to be implemented, statutory and technical meetings, operations to combat transnational organized crimes, and SARPCCO technical organs, amongst others. The two institutions made it easy for me to execute my mandate as SARPCCO chairperson. They were always there, alongside with me in any intervention that I conducted. I'm exceedingly grateful to their commitment to the cause and the agenda of SARPCCO. Our guests of honor, allow me to present a report summarizing the interventions and observations made during my tenure as the SARPCCO chairperson. As you are aware, SARPCCO chairperson is expected to visit SADC member states to assess progress made in the implementation of decisions of ministerial committee of the organ, SARPCCO and Interpol relating to strengthening the fight against TOC, amongst others. Since I had enough time and budget, my plan was to visit at least 6 member states. However, I managed to visit 2 member states, that is the Republic of Zambia and the Republic of Malawi. The other 4 member states, which were requested to host the SARPCCO chairperson, could not do so due to unforeseen circumstances. Fellow chiefs of police, may I underscore the fact that SARPCCO chairperson visits are not meant for fault finding or witch hunting, but they enhance regional cooperation amongst us through sharing of information and best practice, benchmarking, and effective coordination of regional efforts to combat TOC. It is unfortunate that there are few member states that are always ready to host the SARPCCO chairperson, and these have been visited year in and year out. Therefore, it is my humble submission that the chiefs of police should in fact volunteer to be visited by the SARPCCO chairperson rather than waiting to be requested. Allow me, chiefs of police, to present to you the following. First, monitoring and evaluation visits. The Republic of Zambia. My first port of call was to visit the outgoing SARPCCO chairperson to enable me to ride on the success achieved by him during his tenure, appreciate the challenges member states were facing in combating TOC, and to acquire insight regarding the thrust of my future visits to member states. Therefore, I had the honor and privilege to visit the Republic of Zambia from 9th to 10th December 2024. I was accompanied by the senior officer, Polisi SARPCCO at the SADC Secretariat, Madam Tanyani Gumede, and the head of Interpol Rabi Harare, represented by the regional specialized officer, Interpol Rabi Harare, Mr. Simon Musora. Guests of honor, distinguished delegates, I'm gratified to report that the Zambia Police Service consistently participates in SARPCCO programs, workshops, training activities, joint operations, and meetings, a gesture which underlines and demonstrates unparalleled commitment by the Republic of Zambia to foster cooperation, collaboration, and coordination with SADC member states in the fight against TOC. I also noted that the following best practice by the Republic of Zambia, which other member states may emulate. First, participation in SARPCCO programs and activities. Second, hosting of regional interventions. Third, an operational national counterterrorism center constituted by various law enforcement agencies whose officers are seconded and are under the payroll of the center, addressing gender imbalance through the recruitment process. And during the visit, the Republic of Zambia cited delays in getting responses pertaining to mutual legal assistance as one of the challenges impacting negativity on Zambia's efforts to combat TOC. It was also highlighted that the Republic of Zambia faces challenges in terms of financial, human, and technological resources, diverse legal systems, and regulatory frameworks amongst member states, which negatively impact on efforts to harmonize strategies for combating TOC. Guests of honor, distinguished guests, during the visit, I also took time to visit Zambia National Counterterrorism Center and Zambia Police Training College to appreciate how the two institutions operate. I am pleased to note that Zambia National Counterterrorism Center is fully operational and is constituted of members from various law enforcement agencies who are seconded and are under the payroll of the center. On the other hand, the Zambia Police Training College is responsible for training all regular police trainees, conducting in-service training for members of the service, and carrying out other duties as may be directed by the Inspector General of Police. Second, the Republic of Malawi. Guests of honor, distinguished guests, from the Republic of Zambia, I visited the incoming chairperson in the Republic of Malawi from 12th to 13th December 2024. I was accompanied by the senior officer, police, at SADC Secretariat representative, the liaison officer at the SADC Secretariat, Mr. Simbarashe Manjera, and Interpol Rabi Harare representative, regional specialized officer, Interpol Rabi Harare, Mr. Simon Musora. I am also pleased to highlight that Malawi Police Service consistently participates in SARPCCO programs, workshops, training activities, operations, and meetings. I must also commend the Republic of Malawi actively participating in joint simultaneous operations such as Operation Kutwa, Operation Usalama, and the Operation Basadi. Furthermore, let me applaud the Republic of Malawi for being among the first few member states to sign the SADC Protocol against trafficking in persons, which was approved by the MCO in 2022. As you may be aware, the protocol is yet to enter into force due to lack of the required quorum for signatures and ratifications. Just like the Republic of Zambia, the Republic of Malawi cited delays in getting responses pertaining to mutual legal assistance on criminal matters and extradition as one of the challenges impacting negatively on its efforts to combat TOC. It was also highlighted that the Republic of Malawi faces challenges in terms of resources and technological capabilities to fully implement SADC and the Interpol resolutions, including lack of modern forensic tools, databases, and training resources. During the visit, I noted the following best practice by the Republic of Malawi, which other member states may emulate. First, participation in SARPCCO programs and activities, and second, elevation of competent female police officers to leadership positions through women empowerment programs. Other observations: SARPCCO capacity building and training programs. Guests of honor, fellow chiefs of police, due to the shifting political landscape, the funds which were available from the international cooperating partners to finance some of the SARPCCO capacity building and the training programs are being withdrawn and or getting reduced. This is negatively impacting on our concerted efforts to enhance the capacity of our law enforcement officers through training, as reflected by the fact that from 2024 approved regional action plan, only 5 out of 18 planned courses were conducted. Fellow chiefs, it is therefore my humble submission that member states volunteers to host and fund some of the training programs, and it is also important for member states to consistently pay their SARPCCO contributions. SARPCCO Games. Fellow chiefs of police, I have noticed with concern that we are struggling to find a member state that is willing to host the 12th edition of SARPCCO Games, which was supposed to be conducted this year. The last edition of the SARPCCO Games was held from 1st to 15th August 2022 here in Dar es Salaam, United Republic of Tanzania. I still recall that we made a resolution and came up with a roster for hosting SARPCCO Games during the 28th Annual General Meeting held in June 2023 in Swakopmund, the Republic of Namibia. It is therefore important for us to ensure that we religiously implement the resolution that we come up with and agree upon. Otherwise, the Annual General Meeting risks degenerating into a talk show. Recommendations. Guests of honor, fellow chiefs of police, allow me to add a few recommendations by urging member states. First, to expedite domestication of the SADC integrated strategy to prevent and combat transnational organized crime and its action plan through the development of national strategies and the action plans which resonate with the regional strategy and action plan. Second, sign and ratify the protocol against trafficking in persons, to effectively address the scourge of trafficking and smuggling of migrants in the Sadc region. Third, enhance interagency cooperation, collaboration and coordination in the fight against transnational organized crime at national and intergovernmental levels. Fourth, volunteer to host and fund SARPCCO games, capacity building and training programs. Fifth, consistently pay SARPCCO contributions. And sixth, strengthen efforts to mobilize resources for the implementation of the strategy and the action plan by engaging and bringing on board the private sector and international cooperating partners. Guests of honor, fellow chiefs of police, ladies and gentlemen, I humbly submit my report to this August House, and this marks not only the conclusion of my tenure as SARPCCO chairperson, but also a moment of reflection and gratitude. Allow me once again to express my heartfelt appreciation to all chiefs of police for the unwavering support, guidance, and solidarity extended to me throughout my tenure. Your cooperation and commitment have been central to the progress we have achieved together in advancing regional policing and security cooperations. I would like also to thank the Republic of Zambia and the Republic of Malawi for hosting me and my entourage during my visit. Your reception and engagement exemplify the spirit of unity and partnership that defines SARPCCO. It has been a true privilege to serve in this capacity, and I remain committed to continue our shared mission and promoting peace, security, and the rule of law in our region. I once again thank the chairperson of the SADC organ on politics, defense, and security cooperation, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania and Commander-in-Chief, Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, for facilitating the successful hosting of the SADC Chiefs of Police 30th Annual General Meeting by the United Republic of Tanzania. In conclusion, I would like to express profound gratitude to all the chiefs of police for the unconditional support they rendered to me during my tenure. I would also like to sincerely thank SADC Secretariat and for Arabi Harari for the unwavering support and cooperation, without which I would not have been able to successfully carry out my mandate as a SARPCCO chairperson. I thank you so much for listening. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asanteni sana na karibuni sana Tanzania.
Thank you, sir.
Mtazamaji wa Usalama
Another
TV,
big
basi
round of
alikuwa
applause
ni
for
mkuu wa
Subject
jeshi la
Officer
polisi
Chief.
and CPF Camillus
Thank you.
Wambura akimaliza hotuba
Honorable
yake
guest of
hivyo,
honor, sir, after such a remark,
na
may
kama
I now
unavyomwona
take
hivi
this
sasa,
opportunity to
kinachoendelea
invite
hapa
Tanzania Police Brass Band to
ni
entertain us for a very short
mtazamaji wa
time
Usalama TV,
so
ni
that we
mkutano
can
wa
exhaust what have been
Shirikisho
just said.
la
Please,
wakuu wa
Brass
majeshi ya
Band,
polisi
you're
ukanda
welcome.
wa nchi za Afrika, ambapo ni mkutano mkubwa wa 30 huu ukifanyika katika nchi ya Tanzania. Na kama tulivyotoka kuambia hapo awali kwamba mkutano huu umejizatiti katika kuweza kutengeneza mazingira mazuri ya kuweza kukabiliana na uhalifu unaovuka
Honorable guest of
mipaka.
honor, sir,
Basi tuame
as
moja
they
kwa moja
are
kumsikiliza
arranging themselves to
ASP
come here for the
Christina
entertainment,
Mponji.
may I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Mohamed Benairedi, representing Ambassador Jalil Chelba, Acting Executive Director, Africa, for his remarks. Please, you're welcome, sir.
Good morning. Honorable Innocent Luga Bashungwa, Member of Parliament, Guest of Honor, Minister of Home Affairs for the United Republic of Tanzania, Excellency, IGP, Camillus, Wambura, SARPCCO Chairperson, and Chief of Tanzania Police Force, United Republic of Tanzania, IGP Marlin Nashulu Yolamu, incoming SARPCCO Chairperson, and the Inspector General of Malawi Police Service, IGP Gaffer Musamba, outgoing SARPCCO Chairperson, and the Inspector General of Zambia Police Service, hereby represented by Commissioner of Police, Maxwell Timba, the Director of Criminal Investigation Department of Zambia. Esteemed Professor Kula Ismail Tiretsan, Director of Organs on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs, SADC Secretariat, Mr. Valdisi Orquiza, Interpol Secretary General, represented by Mr. Siru Moran, the Head of Interpol Arabi Haran, Honorable Vita Rashid Kawawa, Member of Parliament, Chairperson of Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Security, Honorable Najawa Livingston Kabuyuka, Member of Parliament, Chairperson of Parliamentary Public Account Committee, distinguished Chiefs of Police SARPCCO and your delegations, Commissioner of Police Ramadani Kingai, Chairperson of SARPCCO Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee and Director of Criminal Investigation Department, Tanzania, Madam Tanyani Gimidi, Senior Officer Police SARPCCO SADC Secretariat, Commissioners of Police from Tanzania Police Force, SARPCCO members of Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee, heads of NCB and members of technical organs, SARPCCO members of Legal, Women, Network and Training Subcommittees, senior police officers present, staff from SADC Secretariat, staff from Interpol Regional Bureau for Southern Africa in Harare, Zimbabwe, members of local organizing committee, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for Afripol to address this important gathering of the 30th Annual General Meeting of the SADC Chiefs of Police Subcommittee SARPCCO of the Interstate Defense and Security Committee, whose leadership continue to shape the security trajectory of our continent. I wish to express from the outset Afripol's deep appreciation for your commitment to strengthening regional cooperation and for the close collaboration between Afripol and SARPCCO SADC. Before proceeding, I would like to take a moment to express our sincere appreciation to the authorities of the United Republic of Tanzania for the warm hospitality extended to all participants and to Afripol delegation. I also wish to convey our gratitude to the SARPCCO SADC Secretariat for the impeccable organization of this important meeting. Your dedication and professionalism have ensured a conducive environment for meaningful exchange. Excellencies, we meet today at a critical juncture, one marked by the convergence of traditional and emerging security threats, growing sophistication of criminal networks, and heightened expectation from our citizens for protection and justice. In this context, the role of Afripol as the African Union mechanism for police cooperation dedicated platform has never been more relevant nor more tested. The chiefs of police from the SADC region have consistently played a pivotal role in shaping AFRIPOL's strategic direction. Your strong presence and leadership in AFRIPOL statutory meetings, whether through the steering committee or the General Assembly, have been instrumental in formulating proposals and driving forward decisions that reflect the real priorities of law enforcement on the ground. This region's voice has also been influential and proactive in ensuring that AFRIPOL remains grounded in the operational needs of member states. For that, we express our deepest appreciation. Excellencies, allow me to briefly update you on some of AFRIPOL's achievements and ongoing initiatives. Despite the limited budget allocated by the AU, largely restricted to funding statutory meeting, AFRIPOL has, through strong partnership, been able to deliver impactful results. With Interpol, through the ISPA program, AFRIPOL have implemented joint training, coordinated operations, and intelligence sharing frameworks. With the German Federal Police, we are jointly advancing the network of excellence in forensic science. We harmonized practices and issued guidelines. Through collaborations with GIZ, UNODC, CIPOL, and CityJust, we have carried out over 20 thematic trainings addressing terrorism, cybercrime, financial crimes, and criminal intelligence. AFRIPOL has also led cross-border operations, including Operation OTAPI 2024, targeting illicit pharmaceutical and counterfeit goods in Sahel and Central regions, and is currently preparing OTAPI 2 for the APCO region, with its pre-operational phase to take place in Dar es Salaam in 23 July 2025. We are also working with Interpol on joint operation to disrupt organized crime, terrorism, and cyber threats across the continent. Strategically, we are building centers of excellence with the first digital forensic lab in Nairobi, already underway, serving as a prototype for similar hubs across all 5 African regions, as well as the Egyptian Police Academy, serving as a continental center of excellence. Furthermore, AFRIPOL has completed the upgrade of its secure communication system, AFSECOM, and the installation of a new data center, which will operationalize data exchange platform. Once the rules and regulation of this communication system approved by the General Assembly of AFRIPOL, then by the conference, this African-controlled platform will enable member states to manage their own databases and exchange operational data securely and efficiently. Yes, AFRIPOL performed well, but we believe we can do better. These achievements, while notable, have been realized under difficult circumstances. Our ability to scale and institutionalize these successes is constrained by structural and organizational limitations. AFRIPOL current status as a mechanism within the PABS AU limits its capacity to autonomously execute decisions taken by its steering committee and General Assembly. Every decision must pass through layers of approval within the AU Commission, sometimes facing delays. In addition, critical human resource gap is seriously affecting AFRIPOL's ability to deliver on its mandate. Without urgent action, this staffing shortfall will continue to limit our impact across the continent. AFRIPOL annual program budget is limited and covers only statutory meetings, such as the General Assembly and 2 steering committee meetings. No funding is allocated for capacity building, joint operation, or operational support to member states. This stems from AFRIPOL's current status as a mechanism within the AU, which precludes access to a dedicated operational budget line. As a result, a widening gap exists between member state expectations and the organization's actual capacity to deliver. Reform and sustainable support are essential to close this gap and enhance AFRIPOL impact. Key support programs by partners, such as ISPA program, are ending in 2025. Others, including partnership with German Federal Police and GIZ, also depend on German Foreign Federal Office funds. As valuable as these partnerships are, they are not sustainable and cannot replace the need for member state-led predictable funding. This is why the institutional reform of AFRIPOL is no longer optional, it is essential. The decision of AFRIPOL Extraordinary General Assembly in November 2024 to elevate AFRIPOL to an AU organ represents a turning point. It aims to ensure that African police forces are no longer structurally underrepresented within the African Union peace and security framework. This reform will enable AFRIPOL to recruit and manage its personnel directly. This would enable AFRIPOL to swiftly fill critical vacancies, attract specialized expertise, and build on stable and accountable workforce tailored to its operational needs. Secure a predictable, well-structured budget with dedicated funding, AFRIPOL could plan and implement long-term capacity building programs, joint operations, and technical assistance, relying solely on ad hoc donor support. Respond to member state operational needs without bureaucratic delay. Greater autonomy would allow AFRIPOL to act based on the decision of chiefs of police to deploy, support, and coordinate regional actions in real time without waiting for prolonged AU clearance processes, and most importantly, give the African police community a seat at the strategic table of continental decision-making. Excellencies, the engagement of chiefs of police from SADC member states is of strategic importance. As senior leaders entrusted with national and regional security responsibilities, your voices carry significant weight. By relying the urgency of AFRIPOL institutional reform to the appropriate national and regional authorities, you can help ensure that this matter receives the attention it deserves at the highest decision-making levels. Your presence and support during the upcoming STCDSS session in Addis Ababa will be instrumental. This marks the first time that police institutions will participate formally in such a high-level AU forum, an unprecedented opportunity to anchor law enforcement priorities at the heart of continental security policy. AFRIPOL believes on your leadership to ensure that this reform becomes reality, not just for AFRIPOL, but for the collective future of African policing. AFRIPOL is your mechanism. Strengthening it is a strategic necessity for safeguarding Africa's future, promoting police leadership, and protecting our shared security space. Building on this strong foundation, AFRIPOL is fully committed to further deepening its cooperation with SARPCCO SADC. We recognize the unique expertise, operational experience, and strategic vision that your institutions bring to the continental security agenda. Our objective is to translate this long-standing partnership into more structured and impactful joint initiatives, whether through targeted training programs, coordinated cross-border operations, or enhanced information sharing mechanisms. We firmly believe that reinforced collaboration with SARPCCO, SADC will not only amplify regional responses to crime, but also strengthen AFRIPOL's collective ability to address emerging and transnational threats. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the valuable discussions held yesterday, the technical team, which allowed us to explore in details our shared priorities and to lay the groundwork for deeper operational engagement moving forward. Thank you for your attention and for your continued trust and partnership. I submit.
Mtazamaji wa Usalama TV, huyo ni
Thank you,
Mr.
sir,
Vardens
for such
Urquiza
remarks.
ambaye ni
Honorable
Interpol
Guest of Honor,
Secretary
sir,
General,
as I requested
na
earlier,
ameweza kutoa hotuba
may
yake
I
hivyo
now
katika
take
mkutano
this
huu
opportunity
wa
to
wakuu
welcome the
wa
President for a
Shirikisho
short entertainment
la Majeshi
so that
ya
to
polisi
exhaust words
toka
have just been
ukanda
said
huu wa
with
kusini
the
mwa
previous
Afrika
speakers.
SADC.
Please,
Na
brass band.
sasa hivi ni burudani ya brass band wakiburudisha sasa hivi kidogo, maana ni moja ya sehemu ambayo itachangamsha kidogo hapa na kusherehesha hii. Frank Lukwaro, brass band ndo wako sasa hivi.
Naam, hii ni bendi yetu ya hapa Dar es Salaam. Tuna jumla ya bendi 4 kwa sasa. Kuna hii ya Dar es Salaam, kuna ya Zanzibar, kuna ya shule ya polisi Tanzania Moshi, lakini pia kule makao makuu ya polisi Dodoma iko bendi nyingine. Sasa hii hapa ni ya hapa jijini Dar es Salaam, na wanaonyesha burudani kidogo kwa ajili ya kusherehesha ufunguzi huu baada ya kupata hotuba takribani 2 za utangulizi tukielekea katika ufunguzi wa mkutano huu. Basi tuwafuatilie tuone wanachokifanya katika kusherehesha.
Mtazamaji wa Usalama TV, na ndivyo Waziri wa Wizara ya Mambo Ndani ya nchi Mheshimiwa Innocent Bashungwa kenda kwa kabidhi zawadi brass band kwa kazi nzuri na kwa burudani nzuri ambayo wameweza kuitoa, na hakika brass band imefanya kazi kubwa, kazi nzuri kuweza kusherehesha katika mkutano huu ama ufunguzi wa mkutano huu kwa wakuu wa shirikisho la wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi. Basi tuungane moja kwa moja na SCP Christina Mponji kwa ajili ya kujua kile ambacho kinaendelea.
Mr. Selo Moirane, the head of Interpol Arabi Harare, on behalf of Mr. Valdes Urquiza, Interpol Secretary General, for his remarks. Please, you're welcome, sir.
Naam, ni mwakilishi wa katibu mtendaji wa Interpol ambao pia wanasimamia mambo haya ya usalama wa unaovuka mipaka Interpol, na anawakilishwa kwa Mr. Morane ambaye yuko kule Harare, Zimbabwe, katika ofisi ya Interpol. Tumsikilize hotuba yake ambayo anamwakilisha mkurugenzi mtendaji wa Interpol.
Secretary General of Interpol, Mr. Valdezi Arkisa. My name is Selo Moirani and I'm the head of Interpol Regional Bureau for Southern Africa. We are based in the city of Harare in Zimbabwe. Guest of honor, Honorable Minister Innocent Bashungwa, Member of Parliament, Minister for Home Affairs for the United Republic of Tanzania. SARPCCO Chairperson and Chief of Tanzania Police Force, United Republic of Tanzania, Inspector General Camillus Wambura, incoming SARPCCO Chairperson and Inspector General of Malawi Police Service, Inspector General Marilyn Nachul Yulamu, Inspector General Rafael Musamba, outgoing SARPCCO Chairperson, and the Inspector General of Zambia Police, hereby represented by Commissioner of Police Maxwell Timber, who is the Director of Criminal Investigation Department in Zambia. Professor Kula Ismail Teletane, Director of Organs on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs, SADC Secretariat. Ambassador Jalel Shelba, Acting Executive Director Afripol, represented by Dr. Mohamed Banarai. Honorable Vita Rashid Kawawa, Member of Parliament, Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Security. Honorable Nenjenjwa Livingstone Kabokoya, Member of Parliament, Chairperson of Parliamentary and Public Accounts Committee, and also the Director of Criminal Intelligence Department in Task Force. SARPCCO members of this Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee, heads of central bureaus and members of technical organs, SARPCCO members of Legal Women Network and Training Subcommittee, senior police officers present, staff from SADC Secretariat and RB Harare for Southern Africa in Harare, members of local organizing committee, guests, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, bon dia, habari ya asubuhi. It is both a privilege and honor to render my first remarks as a Secretary General of Interpol Criminal Police Organization since my appointment in Glasgow, November 2024. The convening of the 30th SARPCCO Chief of Police Annual General Meeting holds significant prospects in shaping regional and international security infrastructure. Guest of honor, Honorable Minister, thank you for welcoming me and my guest delegations in your amazing industrial city of Dar es Salaam, United Republic of Tanzania. SARPCCO ethos are a testimony of a due diligent, committed region, of course led with strategic intent, always intent on fashioning solution to its own regional policing. This gathering is a testament to shared commitment of nations in the SADC region to advance the common agenda on security, safety, and justice. Esteemed Chief of Police, Interpol offers its wholehearted program through its Regional Bureau for Southern Africa located in Harare in the Republic of Zimbabwe, cooperation and excellent collaboration to the SADC Secretariat and through the NCB Central Bureaus. The Southern African Development Committee SADC region holds exceptional importance for Interpol. It is a region with rich, various, diverse, mineral, excellent climate, aqua world, and wildlife. But equally, it's a region facing tremendous challenge on border crimes that transcends and complex criminal threats. Abuse of intelligence, artificial intelligence, environmental crimes, human trafficking, all these are not isolated but interconnected. SADC region requires a robust intelligence, technologies, and new tools, and above all, partnerships that will make sure that the region works. Interpol recognized the pivotal role of the SADC Secretariat in fostering the region to come together by ensuring that you have a stability and you combat the threats that are deeper than just an individual state knowledge, that require shared knowledge, exploring new tools and strategies through diverse mechanisms. As I indicated, our regional bureau in Harare, Zimbabwe, continue to build capacities in digital forensics, as well as border security and forensic capabilities to support the region to enhance its program on security and integrated global framework against the threat of transnational organized crime. It continued to develop to be a vital hub, facilitating cooperation among member countries and bolstering the region's capacity to address complex, mutating criminal phenomena. At the core of Interpol's efforts to combat TOC, transnational organized crime, lies a very comprehensive and extensive array of policing capabilities, encompassing databases, secure communication platforms, and crime analysis. I'm pleased to acknowledge the crime threat assessment produced by the SADC region, facilitated through the Regional Bureau Harare, has attracted commendable recommendations from units such as strategic intelligence analysis, as well as our counterparts in Europol. They are appreciating what we are doing as a region. Nevertheless, we acknowledge the region is faced with complex gangs with unlimited resources, and our delays in a response or our fragmented approach will not help the region, neither the international community, against these criminals who are continuing to create a haven and create safety within the region. We should therefore, as the previous minister of the South African Parliament used to say, squeeze the space for criminality. Crimes of today are from far borders, as far as Asia, Europe, North America, therefore requires a cooperation of multi-sectored approach. Interpol continue to support you and also ensure that you use the National Central Bureau, and very pivotal to that is Interpol 19 quality standards, which constitute a comprehensive framework designed to enhance your capability as National Central Bureaus, but also as a gateway for international police cooperation to ensure that the NCBs are in line with guidelines and are having the bolstered capacity to combat transnational organized crime and foster collaboration, not only on regional but a global scale. I would like to extend my word of encouragement to your NCBs to continue exploring the language capacities that you are lacking or you are not maximizing, such as the French and the Portuguese, which are equally Interpol official languages too. Furthermore, let me encourage you to continue urge the Francophone and the Lusophone countries to second suitably qualified regional specialized officer to Interpol Regional Bureau for Southern Africa in Harare in order to overcome your limitation of language that may cut even further than the region of Southern Africa. In addition, we encourage all SADC member countries to second officials to Regional Bureau, Harare, and Interpol. In order to input this or contribute this human resource, it's very essential to bolster the fight against transnational organized crime. My organization, which I led as a Secretary General Interpol, is committed to partner with the region in deriving solutions, tailor-made responses that will ensure that the regional security and the lower securities are equally addressed through partnership and mutual respect. I wish to point out, however, there are disparities that we have observed within the region. As Interpol continue to expand and forward and give you the resources, the databases, the SADC region continue to perform You are accounting approximately 0.58% of global records and 0.29% of searches and 0.72% of hits on global searches. Global law enforcement agencies have published over 225,000 records, with SADC region contributing a modest of 1.1%. It is worth recalling that during the 2023 Africa Regional Conference, the SADC region committed to increase its contribution to 3%. I firmly believe that we can achieve this when we continue with our own national and regional expansion of I-247 beyond NCB to border agencies and other specialized agencies. It is worth noting that South Africa will host the upcoming Africa Regional Conference in 2025, August 27 to 29, and this is a testimony that your region is moving in the right direction. South Africa has just taken the baton from Angola, who hosted the conference. This is a testimony that the Southern Africa is not only willing to engage robustly on international police cooperation, but also to ensure that it offers its infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief of Police, guest of honor, it's not an easy feat to host a conference of that magnitude. It takes quite a lot of resources. We commend the SADC region for conservatively hosting this important region. I'm confident that SADC participation in the conference and the proceeding will provide valuable insights into complexities of transnational organized crime, ultimately contributing to effective strategies to combat this global menace. The expansion of I-247 is very important, and cooperating partners such as the financial intelligence centers and other regional and global policing organizations equally require to have access to this important tool. In this regard, I also want to commend the regional approach where the inter-organizations are coming together and fight the scourge of organized crime. I want to commend the program of MASA here led by Afripol through AU to fight the scourge of migrant smuggling, which is a trouble and a problem for your region. The scourge seeks to do two things: training as well as operation, followed with a program of analytic report which will inform the outcome of the results. I'm pleased that this strategic partnership between Interpol, Afripol, and Southern African Community SADC enables all these organizations to work in tandem to promote regional and global peace and stability. Equally, in this context, I would like to acknowledge the notable achievement of your region against the scourge of drug trafficking. We have recently been informed that Mozambique and South Africa collaborated in dismantling a huge clandestine drug laboratory which was producing synthetic drugs that are also of important sales to other regions. We wish to submit that this kind of collaboration needs to be supported through excellent forensic capabilities. And I'm informed reliably that under SADC, the region is quite moving in the right direction to constitute and to establish its own capable forensic capabilities, which Interpol will gladly support. In conclusion, I wish to assure the African Policing Regional Organization, including SADC, that you remain a top priority to Interpol, and your collaboration through the Regional Bureau speaks volume on that regard. We wish to support you in all endeavors to ensure that we create a safe but a robust landscaping in Africa, in Southern Africa, and globally. Therefore, Interpol is in the process of finalizing its Vision 2030 initiative, which will speak into, among other things, the technology for 21st century, as well as building initiative that will speak to a very innovative artificial intelligence toolkit. I extend my deepest gratitude to the region of Southern Africa, Chief of Police, SARPCCO, for their unwavering dedication to public safety, security, and ensuring that development take place without any obstruction. Your efforts are commendable and are being recognized globally, and I'm confident that at this meeting, fruits that are very fruitful discussion will be derived out of this, and actionable outcomes strengthening our joint resolve to combat transnational organized crime and safeguard our society will emerge here. Thank you very much. I wish you a productive and cooperative meeting. Let us work together to building strategies towards a safer and secure world order. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asante sana. Thank you.
Mtazamaji wa Salama TV, huyo ni Mr. Selo Moerane ambaye ni Head of Interpol BRR akizungumza kumwakilisha Profesa Kula Ishmael Theletsane ambaye ni Director Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs SADC Secretariat. Ndo anakamilisha hivyo sasa Mr. Selo Moerane hotuba yake. Ndo anakuja hivyo sasa Profesa Kula Ishmael Theletsane, Director Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs SADC Secretariat. Ndio huyo hapo mara baada ya kutoka kwa Selo Moerane ambaye ni Head of Interpol Harare. Sasa ni tumsikilize hapo Profesa Kula Ishmael Theletsane ambaye Mr. Selo aliweza kumkaribisha.
Please, thank you. Good morning to all of you, and I am happy to be here. This is my second meeting of the Chiefs of Police, and I'm pleased to deliver these remarks at the official opening of the 30th Annual General Meeting of the SADC Chiefs of Police, a subcommittee, SARPCCO, as a structure of the Interstate Defense and Security Committee. Esteemed delegates, it is sad to note that organized crime is corrupting our institutions and societies, stealing our wealth through illicit financial flows, our health through illicit drug trafficking, and our hope for a peaceful, inclusive, competitive, middle to high income industrialized region where all citizens enjoy sustainable economic well-being. In this regard, This SADC Chiefs of Police SARPCCO annual general meeting is an opportunity for all of us to enhance regional frameworks and mechanisms to prevent and combat transnational organized crime. This is in line with the Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan of 2020-2030, which is firmly echoed on the foundational principles of peace and security as prerequisite for sustainable regional integration and development. Guests of honor, I would like to extend our gratitude to the United Republic of Tanzania as chair of the organ for seamless collaboration with the Secretariat in coordinating this meeting. The host country's significant material, financial, and human resources deserve a special recognition. From the moment we arrived in Dar es Salaam, we were greeted with exceptional warmth and hospitality, a true reflection of unity and shared values that defines our SADC community. Furthermore, the presence of our esteemed guest of honor, the Minister of Home Affairs of the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Innocent Luga Bashungwa, underscores the high regard that the chair of the organ has for matters of regional peace and security. For this meeting to be officiated by an honorable minister is evident that there is a political commitment to peace and security agenda. To the same extent, allow me, distinguished guests, to applaud the SARPCCO chairperson and Inspector General Chief of Tanzanian Police Force, IGP Wambura, for steering SARPCCO programs and interventions with due diligence and exemplary leadership. We're indebted to your strategic guidance, sir. Similarly, let me also acknowledge the head of Interpol, RB Harare, Mr. Solomwerani, representing the Secretary General of the Interpol. Allow me to congratulate the Secretary General for his recent appointment to the powerful position of Interpol SG. I assured him of our unconditional support, and we look forward to forging cordial and mutual relations. We wish him all of the best as he embarks on this new journey. Allow me also to acknowledge the presence of AfriPol, represented by Dr. Mohamed Benairet. We look forward to deepening our collaboration with AfriPol and ushering in a new era of more robust and result-oriented police cooperation across our region. Guests of honor, chairperson, esteemed chiefs of police, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation and recognition to all the chiefs of police SARPCCO present here today. We are truly grateful for your unwavering commitment to public service and tireless effort you undertake to protect our communities. Your steadfast dedication, courage, and professionalism in confronting and combating criminality across the region are deeply commendable. Your service does not go unnoticed, and we thank you wholeheartedly for your invaluable contribution to peace and security. Let me also recognize and welcome the new chiefs of police SARPCCO in our midst. In particular, the Commissioner General of Zimbabwe Police, Comrade Stephen Mutumba, National Commissioner of Mauritius Police Force, Mr. Rampersad Surujabali, and the General Commander of Police of the Republic of Mozambique, Inspector General Joaquim Andiano Sive, Commander General of Angola National Police, Commissioner General Francisco Monteiro Ribas da Silva, who is represented by the Second Commander General. We congratulate and welcome you on board and pledge to unconditionally support you. The guests of honor, chairperson, esteemed chiefs of police and delegates, various forms of organized crimes are converging together to form huge illicit economies and for organized crime syndicates. Every community destabilized becomes a fertile ground for sowing seeds of crime. Every gap created is exploited as a route for trafficking. Every gun left behind becomes a crime enabler, and every vulnerable person is regarded as a potential target for exploitation. Accordingly, the consequences of transnational organized crime are difficult to contemplate. hence the need to adopt a whole-of-society approach to sustain our effort against security threats in our region. Transnational organized crime is a global phenomenon that requires inclusive and strategic partnership. It is therefore imperative that all stakeholders, including governments, intergovernmental organizations, international institutions, and local communities, are actively engaged in the response. Intergovernmental organizations in particular poses both the capacity and critical responsibility to contribute meaningfully by supporting efforts to disrupt criminal networks, strengthen cross-border efforts and mobilize resources to enhance operations aimed at identifying and dismantling organized crime syndicates and the illicit markets they sustain. In addition, let me underline the need for member states to heighten cooperation and coordination through religious implementation of SADC integrated strategy and action plan to prevent and combat transnational organized crime in the SADC region, to the SADC protocol and the mutual legal assistance on the criminal matter and extradition, as well as forging bilateral and trilateral and multilateral agreement on cooperations. Guest of honor, chairperson, and esteemed galleries, I have been reliably informed that the heads and directors of crime intelligence meeting that was held just last week noted with great concern the prevalence of transnational organized crime, such as motor vehicles and stock theft, illicit drugs trafficking, trafficking in person and smuggling of migrants, the proliferation of illicit small arms and light weapons, illegal mining, cyber crimes, among others. One of the pressing challenges that your meeting must address is the need to identify and implement tailor-made solutions to transnational organized crime threats, particularly the alarming surge in motor vehicle theft across the SADC region. Esteemed delegates, stock theft has also emerged as a growing and serious concern across the region, and it is a reported incident affecting nearly all SADC member states. This criminal activity not only undermines agricultural productivity and food security, but also threatens the livelihood and economic stability of rural communities, many of whom depend on livestock as their primary source of income and sustenance. Addressing this issue is therefore not only a matter of law enforcement, but also a critical step towards protecting the socio-economic well-being of our people. Esteemed delegates, it is deeply concerning that the illicit proliferation of small arms and light weapons continue to pose a serious threat to peace and security in our region. These weapons are not only enablers of various forms of transnational organized crime, including cash in transit haze, ATM bombing, carjacking, and acts of terrorism, but are also a significant factor in fueling armed conflict and instability. They undermine the rule of law and extend a cycle of violence that hinders our efforts towards development, integration, and regional cohesion. Addressing this challenge requires strengthened control, enhanced cross-border cooperation, and the full implementation of regional and international instruments at arms control and crime prevention, such as SADC protocol on control of firearms, ammunition, and other related material. Accordingly, the Ministerial Committee of the Organ Meeting of Accordingly, the Ministerial Committee of the Organ Meeting, July 2024, based on your recommendation, directed that we develop a regional project to prevent and combat the proliferation of illicit small arms and light weapons. To this end, I wish to highlight that your meeting will receive the draft SADC project on preventing and combating proliferation of illicit small arms and light weapons, which was developed. The region has also developed the SADC chapter, Continental Plan Program of Action on Small Arms and Light Weapons. Esteemed delegates, infrastructure encompassing essential physical systems like roads, power grids, water system is vital for economic growth, quality of life, and societal development. It enables the flow of goods and people, provides essential service and facilities access facilitates access to markets and opportunities. I note with great concern the prevalence of theft and vandalism of infrastructure and equipment in the region. Access to services and commodities distributed through the infrastructure network is essential in the agricultural, mining, manufacturing, transportation, among others. Distinguished Chief of Police, you may recall that in response to this challenge, the MCO meeting of 2024, following your recommendation, directed the Chief of Police Subcommittee to develop a regional project on combating theft and vandalism of power equipment and infrastructure in the region. And this has been developed and will also be presented in this meeting. During your annual general meeting last year, I expressed concern that our efforts to come up with holistic strategies and programs of fighting transnational organized crimes are to some extent hampered by a lack of accurate, timely, and comprehensive data. Our limited understanding of the true scale and nature of organized crime in the region stem largely from the fact that several member states have not conducted their national threat assessments, an essential step that directly inform the regional organized crime threat assessment. This gap significantly hampers our ability to present a credible and evidence-based report to the summit each year on the current realities of transnational organized crime in the SADC region. I therefore reiterate my earnest appeal to all of you chiefs of police to prioritize the national organized crime threat assessment and the completion of the TOCSA data collection tool with the prescribed timelines. I wish to take this opportunity to appeal to you to intensify efforts within your sector to advance the implementation of the Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan, which is firmly grounded in the principle of peace and security. As we approach the midterm review, each sector will be required to account for its progress and achievement. It is my sincere hope that by the end of the implementation period, your sector will have made a meaningful strides in realizing the objective of the RISDP and significantly contributed to the reduction of crime in the region. I remain hopeful that you will continue to support the complete implementation of the summit decision on the integration of SARPCCO into a SADC framework, which is essential to our collective success in delivering on the objective of RISDP. This integration process was initiated in 2006 following a decision of the summit and was subsequently operationalized through the entry into force of the agreement amending the protocol on politics, defense, and security cooperation. However, it is important to know that your sector is still not fully integrated. Chairperson, as I'm moving towards closing, I think it is important for me to mention that today the region stands at a crossroad caught between internal crisis and shifting global power. Amid this crisis, the region is also navigating a shifting international order. The return of President Donald Trump to the White House has already begun to reshape the US-Africa relations. There has been a turn towards more trans-sectional engagement as a renewed emphasis on security over development. One of Trump's first major foreign policy moves was slashing foreign aid, dismantling US aid, and cutting funding to key health programs, including PEPFAR. This left millions without access to HIV treatment and other critical services. This has been felt most acutely in countries where health systems are already under severe strain. The administration's rationale for this cut is rooted in a broader American first ideology. This sees foreign aid as an unnecessary expenditure rather than a strategic investment in stability and also a soft power as a diplomatic tool in the toolbox. And Mr. Chairperson, why am I mentioning this? I am mentioning this because the region is going to see more influx of people from other countries. I'm mentioning this because we are going to get more friends than we had before, some of them with good intentions, others with bad intentions. If all these challenges are not giving you sleepless nights as chiefs of police, then surely we have to think otherwise. And this, of course, has coincided with a hardened U.S. immigration policy. The administration is considering a sweeping visa ban that could affect a dozen of African countries, restricting travel for students, workers, and tourists. This approach is reminiscent of Trump's first-term travel ban. It signals a deepening of U.S. isolation in relation to Africa, treating the continent more as a security and migration risk than a diplomatic or an economic partner. At the same time, Mr. Chairperson, the other countries that we rely on, like China, China's approach to Africa is also changing. For 2 decades, Beijing was the continent's dominant economic partner, financing infrastructure and trade at a scale that could have never been matched by any country. However, with China's domestic economy slowing, its willingness to provide large-scale loans to African government has diminished. And hence, I was talking about getting more friends who are now going to want to assist the region. I so wish, Mr. Chairperson, when we talk about these issues, we can come together as chiefs of police and forget about an AA where we come with decisions that are already rehearsed, but talk about issues and discuss issues as chiefs of police. I so wish. And all from all security sectors coming together. But that time will come. Mr. Chairperson, as I draw to my closing, I would like to thank the Republic of Zambia as the outgoing chair for the role they have played in the past 3 years. You have played a significant role, and as you move out of the organ troika, you will still be required to provide the advice. It doesn't mean when you are out of the troika, you are no longer part of us. But we really want to thank you sincerely from the role you played as the incoming, as the chairperson, and as the outgoing. You have played a tremendous role, and we will also welcome those who, I'm not sure who is going to be the incoming chairperson, but well done, Republic of Zambia. We thank you for your service. Distinguished guests, before I sit down, allow me to take this opportunity to extend my sincere appreciation to Mr. Simbarashe Manjera, who has been an integral member of the police SARPCCO sector at the Secretariat. As his tenure comes to an end in November, I wish to acknowledge his exemplary work ethic, professionalism, and unwavering dedication to the sector and organ. On behalf of the Secretariat, I convey our heartfelt gratitude to his valuable contribution and wish him a continued success as he returns to the Republic of Zimbabwe. And I wish to tell the Chief of Police from the Republic of Zimbabwe, I hope you will utilize him. He has the skill and the knowledge. He will not be given a small desk somewhere in the dark corner. He will be utilized, the skill that he acquired from the SADC Secretariat. Simba, I'm advocating for your promotion. Guest of honor, with these remarks, I wish all the members a fruitful deliberation. I thank you for your attention. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Asante sana. Thank you. Chair, I've already said thank you. I was reminded with this note here, and I want to apologize to the Commissioner of Police from Eswatini by skipping him when I was acknowledging the new chiefs of police. Maybe he's not that new, that is why it was just an oversight. Commissioner, please accept my humble apology. You are welcomed in this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor.
Mtazamaji wa Usalama TV, basi huyo ni Profesa Kula Ishmael Teletsane ambaye ni anatokea ni director wa asasi ya siasa, ulinzi na usalama wa Jumuiya ya Maendeleo Kusini mwa Afrika SADC. Sasa tukimsikiliza hapa, kile ambacho kinaendelea hivi sasa ni muda sasa wa kwenda kufunguliwa mkutano huu, na hivi sasa anakaribishwa Honorable Innocent Lugha Bashungwa ambaye ni waziri wa Wizara ya Mambo Ndani ya nchi. Sasa ndo Frank Lukwaro, sasa tunaona pale waziri Bashungwa.
Naam, sasa ile hatua ambako tumeisubiria tangu asubuhi ni kumsikiliza mheshimiwa waziri, na nafikiri sasa kila mmoja anatamani kuanza kusikia kwamba atatoa maelekezo gani. Basi tumsikilize mheshimiwa waziri Bashungwa, waziri wa mambo ya ndani ya nchi.
IGP Camillus Wambura, SARPCCO Chairperson and Chief of Tanzania Police Force, United Republic of Tanzania, IGP Melin Nachulu Yolam, incoming Chairperson and the Inspector General of Malawi Police Service, IGP Grafel Msamba, outgoing SARPCCO Chairperson and the Inspector General of Zambia Police Service, hereby represented by CP Maxwell Timber, the Director of Criminal Investigation Department, Zambia, Professor Kula Teletsane, Director of Organs on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs, SADC Secretariat, Mr. Valdes Urquiza, Interpol Secretary General, represented by Mr. Selo Moerane, the head of Interpol Arabi Harare, Ambassador Jelel Chelba, Acting Executive Director, Afripol, represented by Dr. Mohamed Benaired, my comrades, members of Parliament, Honorable Vita Rashid Kawawa, Chairperson of Parliamentary Committee on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Security, and Comrade Honorable Jafet Hasunga, Vice Chairperson of Parliamentary Committee for Public Accounts, distinguished Chiefs of Police, SARPCCO, and your delegations, CP Ramadan Kingai, Chairperson of SARPCCO Permanent Coordinating Subcommittee, and the Director of Criminal Investigation Department in the United Republic of Tanzania. All protocol observed, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Habari za asubuhi. Bonjour. Bom dia. Distinguished Chiefs of Police, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of the people of the United Republic of Tanzania to welcome you all, our brothers and sisters here present from SADC member states. Karibuni sana ndugu zetu. I have the privilege to welcome you to your other home here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. This is the place where our founding fathers and freedom fighters of our nations in the SADC region came to develop and refine strategies in a united way. They fought together in solidarity as Africans to defeat the common enemy at the time, colonialism. We will always cherish and remember them always. Distinguished Chiefs of Police, ladies and gentlemen, I'm aware that most of you have traveled long distances. You have put aside other equally important national obligations to come here and participate in this annual general meeting. Having a big number of chiefs of police of SADC member states and this size of distinguished delegations in one gathering, in one room, is a rare opportunity. We must use your time well. Please use this annual general meeting to strategize and share experiences from your countries on how to tackle current security challenges in our SADC region, especially transnational organized crimes. Distinguished chiefs of police, ladies and gentlemen, almost 1 year ago, you met in Lusaka, Zambia. It is my expectation that you use this annual general meeting as an opportunity to assess the implementations of the decisions you made last year, as well as devise methods and tactics for defeating current and future threats facing SADC region. I would like to insist and call upon all the chiefs of police here present and the police forces which you lead to deepen and strengthen cooperation in combating common threats in the SADC region. Our concerted efforts are the cornerstone in fighting security threats in our SADC region. I would like to thank the unwavering commitment and support of our heads of states in the SADC region for enabling police forces and other security organs which you lead. Their outstanding leadership of our heads of state has enabled SADC region to be peaceful, livable, investable, and many other pleasant attributes which make our SADC region stable. We thank our heads of states very much. As for here in Tanzania, we give special thanks to Her Excellency President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan and Commander-in-Chief for enabling the Tanzania Police Force to have sufficient resources, both human resources and state-of-the-art equipment, in order to maintain peace in our country. I'm grateful for the cooperation extended to our Ministry of Home Affairs here in Tanzania from counterpart ministries in your beautiful countries. I, and on behalf of my counterpart ministers responsible for police services in your nations, assure you of our unwavering support so that decisions and work plans which you have committed to implement in your previous annual general meetings, we would like to assure you that we will give you all the support to make sure your plans, including the decisions and the plans which you make in this general meeting, we would like to assure you that we work hand in hand with you to make sure the plans which you commit are successfully implemented under SARPCCO initiative for betterment of our SADC region. Distinguished chiefs of police, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to express my appreciation to the Inspector General of Police, Camillus Wambura, Chief of Tanzania Police Force, and the Chairperson of SARPCCO, for his outstanding leadership from June 2024, when he assumed the office in Lusaka, Zambia, to date. IGP Wambura, we thank you very much for all that you have done during your tenure and the cooperation you extended to your colleague chiefs of police to make the implementation of your agreed work plan possible. Asante sana, IGP Camillus Wambura. I would like to also thank the outgoing chairperson, IGP Msamba, and the Republic of Zambia for the job well done when you had the tenure. Please also allow me to congratulate and thank the incoming chairperson, IGP Yolam, and the Republic of Malawi for your readiness and your willingness to take over so that we can carry on the good work which is done under SARPCCO. Congratulations. I would also like to thank SADC Secretariat, my brother Professor Kula Teletsane. Please accept our appreciation for the good work that the SADC Secretariat does. All that we are able to do in our SADC region, we are successful in their implementation because of the good work that the SADC Secretariat does. So thank you very much. And also we'd like to thank you for the job well done as a director in managing the Directorate of Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Affairs. Asante sana, Professor. Distinguished Chiefs of Police, ladies and gentlemen, you have an exhaustive list of crimes which must make you lose sleep, give you headache, until you find solutions to make these crimes history. These offenses include, but not limited to, cyber crimes, trafficking human beings and smuggling of persons, environmental and wildlife crimes, such as poaching and illegal logging, theft of motor vehicles, proliferation of small arms and light weapons, just to mention a few. Despite the security challenges which are just mentioned, our SADC region has remained relatively secure and stable. However, we need to invest more in sophisticated and high-tech solutions to fight against security threats in the SADC region. Cybercrimes are a thorn problem in our SADC region. Cybercrimes are causing security and economic tensions, mostly in our financial institutions. Cybercrimes are jeopardizing peace and the loss of public confidence. I expect in this meeting you will give this heinous crime enough time to discuss and revisit countermeasures for effective collective combat across SADC region. Distinguished Chiefs of Police, ladies and gentlemen, let me once again welcome you to Tanzania, your other home. You are in the able hands of the local organizing committee supported by SADC Secretariat in collaboration with Interpol Arabi Halal staff. I hope you enjoy your stay here in Dar es Salaam. I should like to convince you, Chiefs of Police and your delegations, ladies and gentlemen, please consider visiting our unique tourist sites. We have so many of them. You can go to Zanzibar, which is just 1 hour of boat ride from here, or 15 minutes of flying. You could go to our Ngorongoro crater, or should you like, you can visit many of our national parks, Serengeti, Mikumi, Selu, Brigi Chato, Rumanyika Karagwe, and Ruha National Parks, just to mention a few. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I was asked to just do one thing, and that's to officially open this annual general meeting. What I said was just a preamble, and now I need to do the job which I've been asked to do. After these remarks, I hereby take this opportunity to declare that the 30th Annual General Meeting of the SARPCCO Chiefs of Police Subcommittee of the Interstate Defense and Security Committee in Dar es Salaam from 5th to 6th of June 2025 officially opened. Thank you very much for your attention. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado.
Thank you.
Naam, ni Waziri wa Mambo ya Ndani ya nchi Mheshimiwa Innocent Bashungwa tayari amefungua rasmi mkutano wa 30 wa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kutoka nchi za Sadc, ambapo utakuwa na mambo mengi. Kwa hiyo ni rasmi sasa, mkutano huu tayari umeshafunguliwa rasmi. Naomba sasa tukurudishe kwa mwongoza shughuli hii DCP Germani Mushi, tuweze kusikia maelekezo mengine ambayo anayatoa baada ya ufunguzi huu.
Do the job in order to make sure that transnational organized crime does not overcome us. Now, after that session, and after the assurance that now we can legally go and sit and discuss issues after our meeting has been opened, Honorable Minister, sir, I ask you for your patience. Now, in order to witness a handing over of the SARPCCO symbol of leadership, and this will be guided by a special drill of handing over a sword, a special sword for the leadership of SARPCCO. Now I leave to the parade commander, drill commander.
Naam, kama ulivyosikia hapo mwanzoni tulikuambia kwamba makabidhiano yale ya kitara kama ishara ya kukabidhi wenyekiti kwa nchi ya Malawi yatafanyika siku ya kesho, lakini tukio hilo sasa linakwenda kufanyika muda huu katika ukumbi huu, na tayari sasa parade commander ameingia kwa ajili ya kufanya zoezi hilo. Tuendelee kufuatilia.
Police Naftali Mjema, assisted by Assistant Inspector Isaac Mlilo. And on the side of Malawi, we have Assistant Commissioner of Police Joel Makiyi, assisted by Assistant Superintendent of Police Zioni Banda. Parade Commander, please proceed.
Hello. Honorable guest of honor, sir, I would now ask for your permission, the Chief of Police, Tanzania Police Force, and the Chief of Police, Malawi Police Service, to take the chances for the facilitation of that exercise. Sir, you are welcome, madam.
Naam, sasa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi nchini IGP Camillus Wambura anakwenda kuchukua nafasi yake akiungana na mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la Malawi kwa ajili ya tukio la kukabidhiwa kitara, ikiwa ni ishara ya kukabidhiwa uwenyekiti kutoka Tanzania kwenda katika jeshi la polisi la nchi ya Malawi, na nafasi hii atadumu nayo kwa mwaka mmoja kama ilivyokuwa kwa Tanzania. Na sasa tuendelee kufuatilia matukio yanayoendelea.
Hello. Now, as you can witness now, the Inspector General of Police, Camillus Wambura, has taken the sword. He is showing the sword, and I think Zambia Police Service can witness that it is the same sword that was handled in Zambia last year. The leadership now is to be transferred to Malawi by following the right parade procedure. Now, leadership has been transferred from the United Republic of Tanzania, and now is going to Malawi Police Service, the Republic of Malawi. Yes, but that sign, Madam Inspector General, has received the leadership wholeheartedly ready to perform the duties of combating transnational organized crime within the Sadc region.
Naam, kama unavyoona tukio linaloendelea sasa ni kitara tayari kimekabidhiwa kwa nchi ya Malawi kwa ajili ya kuonyesha kwamba tayari IGP Camillus Wambura amekabidhi uwenyekiti kwa nchi kwa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la nchi ya Malawi. Na kinachoendelea hivi sasa wameshamaliza na wanarudi katika maeneo yao. Tuendelee kufuatilia.
Now,
Thank you, President.
Now.
Thank you, President.
then, Madam Inspector General of Police, after such good commitment of receiving the symbol of leadership of SARPCCO, now it is your time, please, to make an acceptance speech. You are invited in the
Naam,
podium,
baada ya
madam.
kukabidhiwa uwenyekiti wa SARPCCO sasa mkuu wa jeshi la polisi la nchi ya Malawi Miss Marilyn Yolam sasa anakwenda kutoa neno la shukrani kwa hatua hiyo na kwa tukio hilo muhimu ambalo limefanyika ambalo ni la kihistoria kama nilivyokuambia hapo awali kwamba katika shirikisho hili la SARPCCO huyu anakuwa ni mkuu wa jeshi la polisi mwanamke wa kwanza tangu kuanzishwa shirikisho hili kushika nafasi hii na uwenyekiti hii huu wa SARPCCO. Kwa hiyo ni jambo ambalo ni la kumbukumbu na kwa kweli ni jambo ambalo linafurahisha. Tuendelee kufuatilia, basi tumsikilize mkuu huyu wa jeshi la polisi wa Malawi.
Honorable Minister for Home Affairs for the United Republic of Tanzania, Honorable Innocent Lunga Bashungwa MP, the incumbent chairperson of SARPCCO, Chief of Tanzanian Police Force, IGP, and my brother, Mr. Camillus Wambura, as the guest of honor, allow me to ride on the protocol always observed for the sake of time. Good morning, Honorable Minister, members of the Southern Africa Region Police Chiefs, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is an esteemed honor and privilege to stand before you this morning as we mark a significant transition within SARPCCO. On behalf of the Malawi Police Service, I extend my deepest gratitude to you, Inspector General of Police of the United Republic of Tanzania, Mr. Wambura, for the excellent hospitality accorded to my team and I, and indeed all police chiefs and their delegation to this important meeting. And additionally, for your exemplary leadership throughout your tenure. During Tanzania's chairmanship, SARPCCO witnessed commendable efforts fostering unity and collaboration in addressing our shared security challenges, as illustrated by successful visits to some member states, including Malawi, and indeed your intention to finalize the visits you planned between now and August. I also commend the Republic of Zambia as a current member of the Troika whose presence provided the desired continuity and smooth transition of the SARPCCO leadership structure. Your dedication sets a high benchmark as we continue this path together. Let us build upon the strong foundations established and continue working together towards a safer future for all our nations in the SADC region. Honorable Minister, SARPCCO members, ladies and gentlemen, as Malawi assumes the chairmanship of SADC, we remain resolute to advancing the region's collective fight against transnational organized crimes. We recognize the inherent threat these crimes pose to the welfare and safety of our nations. To this end, we implore member states to intensify efforts to combat crimes such as trafficking in persons and drug trafficking, theft of motor vehicles, and stock theft, to mention but a few. We intend to align our strategies with international best practices. Collaboration and intelligence sharing will be pivotal as we tackle these pressing challenges head-on. Together, we should foster a united front, ensuring that law enforcement agencies are equipped with the necessary tools and training to dismantle these criminal networks effectively. Let us remain steadfast in our dedication to protecting our nations and upholding the principles of this cooperation. Honorable Minister, SARPCCO members, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I invite all member states to stand resolute against the proliferation of arms, a priority echoed in the African Union's visionary agenda of silencing the gun. It is our solemn duty to foster a peaceful and secure Africa for generations to come. Our efforts to eradicate illicit arms, which continue to threaten peace and stability across our borders, must be comprehensive. Honorable Minister, SARPCCO members, ladies and gentlemen, the operational exercises such as Kutwa, Basadi, and Usalama have proven invaluable in enhancing our collective readiness and response capabilities. These operations are key to enhancing our coordinated efforts in gathering intelligence, conducting joint investigations, and executing simultaneous enforcement actions across borders, thereby enhancing the region's capability to address transnational organized crimes effectively. I encourage continuous engagement in these operations for they epitomize the strength found in unity. In the same way, I should call for member states' continued commitment to active collaboration within the Center of Excellency. The Center for Excellency is established with the primary objective of providing a centralized hub for advanced training, research, and development tailored to the needs of the regional law enforcement agencies. Its mission is to foster high standards of policing, promote best practices, and empower personnel with skills necessary to address evolving security challenges. By sending both students and lecturers, we aim to nurture a knowledge-based approach to combating crime and enhancing the proficiency of our law enforcement personnel. Ultimately, the Center for Excellence plays a critical role in realizing vision of a safe and stable Southern Africa region, contributing to the broader aspirations of continental peace and security. Honorable Minister, SARPCCO members, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, SARPCCO deliberates on several critical issues that warrant our attention and action. However, it is crucial to recognize that resolutions we arrive at will remain merely rhetorical unless we cultivate a strong commitment to implement them. The efficacy of our deliberations hinges on our collective drive to turn these decisions into tangible actions, ensuring that our decisions translate into real-world change. Without this commitment, we risk diminishing the value of our efforts and neglecting the responsibilities we hold towards the nation we serve. To truly make a difference, we must bridge the gap between dialogue and implementation, reinforcing our dedication to safety, security, and cooperation in the region. Honorable Minister, police chiefs, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I wish to assure you that Malawi will shoulder this responsibility with unwavering dedication, openness, and integrity. Together, let us orchestrate a fortified front against criminal elements that threaten our collective peace and prosperity. Thank you very much for your commitment and passion for making our region safer and more secure. I look forward to our shared journey and the milestones we shall achieve as part of SARPCCO's ongoing mission. I am thus delighted to extend a warm invitation to each one of you to the Republic of Malawi for the 31st Annual General Meeting next year. May the good Lord bless Southern Africa, and thank you very much. Asante sana, merci beaucoup, muito obrigado.
Naam, ni mkuu wa jeshi la polisi wa Malawi, Bi Mary Nachulu Yolamu, ambaye ametoa salamu za shukrani, na hii ni baada ya tukio kubwa la kukabidhiwa mwenyekiti, kwa sababu baada ya kikao hiki ndio atakuwa anakuwa mwenyekiti. Tuendelee kumfuatilia mwendeshaji wa shughuli hii DCP Mushi,
the efforts to establish and prevent methods to magnify the yield of countering crime in the region and make the SADC region a better place to live in. Thank you very much. Now, guest of honor, I thank you very much for your patience, for all the time that you have had these procedures. Now, I would like to ask you to to participate in the photo session. The photo session for the memory of our future will take place outside the room. You'll be led by the protocol, and I would like now there will be 5 sessions of the photo.
Na mpendwa mtazamaji wa Usalama TV, tangu asubuhi ya leo tulikuwa pamoja katika matangazo mubashara ya ufunguzi wa mkutano mkuu wa 30 wa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kwa nchi za kusini mwa Afrika, chini ya mwavuli wa wakuu wa majeshi ya polisi kwa maana ya SARPCCO, ambapo tulikuletea mambo mbalimbali tangu asubuhi, na sasa hivi hotuba zimekamilika, ambapo Mheshimiwa Waziri wa Mambo ya Ndani ya nchi Mheshimiwa Innocent Bashungwa tayari amefungua mkutano huu, lakini pia kumefanyika makabidhiano ya kitara kwa maana ya sword, ikiwa ni ishara ya kukabidhi uwenyekiti kwa nchi ya Malawi, jambo ambalo hili litakamilika baada ya mkutano huu kukamilika. Lakini ishara hiyo imefanyika leo mbele ya Mheshimiwa Waziri na kila mmoja ameona. Hivi sasa kinachoendelea ndani ya ukumbi huu ni taratibu za kupiga picha za kumbukumbu, ambapo tumeambiwa kwamba zitakuwa na picha 5 ambazo zitapigwa baada ya tukio hili muhimu ambalo limefana ama hakika. Na ni wazi kabisa kwamba nchi ambazo zimeshiriki katika mkutano huu wataweza sasa kujadili mambo mbalimbali chini ya wenyekiti wa IGP Camillus Wambura baada ya tukio hili la ufunguzi. Na kama tulivyokwisha kusema, baadhi ya mafanikio ambayo yamepatikana gift mbando ni operation za pamoja, lakini je, kuna mambo gani mengine ambayo yamezungumzwa hasa katika hotuba hii, ukizingatia kwamba wamezungumzia ufanisi na maandalizi mazuri yaliyofanywa na Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania chini ya mwenyekiti wake IGP Camillus Wambura kwa kuandaa vyema mkutano huu? Ni mambo gani pia mengine ambayo waliyagusia katika zile hotuba zao?
Kikubwa ni kuhusiana na namna ambavyo wanaweza kubaini na kufuatilia mitandao ya uhalifu wa kimataifa kama ya ulanguzi wa madawa kulevya, lakini pia kushughulikia masuala ya usafirishaji haramu wa binadamu. Wameweza kuzungumzia kwa kina hapa, na kumbuka tu hata ugaidi pia wameweza kuzungumzia jinsi ambavyo katika hizo hotuba zilivyojikita. Hata Waziri Innocent Bashungwa, waziri wa mambo ya ndani ya nchi, alitilia mkazo na namna ambavyo wanashirikiana. Ushirikiano huu wa kikanda umekuwa na matokeo mazuri, unaweza kuzungumza hivyo, kwa sababu unapokuwa na ukaribu na pamoja na mshikamano na kuweza kufanya mambo mbalimbali katika vikosi kazi ambavyo vinaundwa kwa ajili ya kuimarisha usalama wa nchi mbalimbali, umesaidia sana. Kwa hiyo leo tumeona afande mkuu wa Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania amekabidhi kuna kauli moja ulizungumza kwamba ni mwanamke wa kwanza kuwa mwenyekiti, na ni sahihi kabisa, kwa sababu hata kule nchini Malawi ameweza kuhudumu katika Jeshi la Polisi la nchi ya Malawi kwa zaidi ya miaka 35, akihudumu katika ngazi mbalimbali.
Ni kweli, na hicho ndicho ambacho pia kimeweza kuleta utofauti wa makabidhiano haya ya mwaka huu na miaka mingine. Lakini pia maandalizi kabambe ambayo yalifanywa na kamati ya maandalizi ya mkutano huu kwa maana ya kamati ya ndani, lakini pia na ile kamati ya kutoka kule Sadc na SARPCCO ambao walikuwepo hapa takriban wiki nzima kwa ajili ya kuhakikisha haya maandalizi yanakwenda vizuri. Na sasa ni kwamba tukio limekamilika kama unavyoona. Sasa wanakwenda kwa ajili ya kupiga ile picha ya pamoja, na kwa kweli tunaweza kusema kwamba historia imeweza kuandikwa kwa hili ambalo limefanyika hapa, na ni jambo ambalo limekwenda vizuri. Mimi kilichonifurahisha zaidi ni wale askari ambao walikuja kuleta kile kitara, ule mwendo waliokuwa wameutumia. Ule unauzungumziaje ule?
Unaoita mwendo aling'anga. Ni mwendo ambao kwa kweli unaweza ukazubao ukajikuta umepigwa pushi, umeangukia katika moja ya nchi shiriki, kwa sababu ni ukakamavu wa hali ya juu. Unajua Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania lina askari ambao wana utimamu sana. Askari wa Jeshi la Polisi Tanzania wanaongozwa vizuri tokea wakiwa chuoni mpaka wakati wanamaliza mafunzo yao.
Basi mimi cha ziada sisi hapa hatuna kama Usalama TV. Tunakushukuru sana mtazamaji kwa muda wote ambao ulikuwa nasi. Kumbuka kabisa katika kukuletea matangazo haya, mimi mkaguzi msaidizi wa polisi Frank Lukwaro na Constable Gift Mbando, lakini pia tulikuwa chini ya usimamizi wa msemaji wa Jeshi la Polisi nchini David Misime, ASP Christina Mponji pia naye alikuwa anasimamia maandalizi haya, lakini pia yuko mkaguzi msaidizi wa polisi Upendo Ramso, mkaguzi msaidizi wa polisi Tumaini Kulei, mkaguzi msaidizi wa polisi Edwin Malia, Kopro Jeremia Mbuge, Koplo Ndobogo, PC Godwin Chiloleti, na PC Abdulhamid Hamisi. Hawa wote ilikuwa ni ile crew nzima ambayo ilihakikisha kwamba matangazo haya yanakufikia hapo ulipo bila ukwamo wa aina yoyote, lakini pia mubashara, lakini pia kwa tunashirikiana na wenzetu wa Almas TV. Kwa hiyo mpaka wakati mwingine tunakushukuru sana na tunasema asante sana.